Rich. I think when Griff was playing, they were on the schedule, right? And I know when Ian was, they were. So
yeah, I had to travel to play them. And I remember, I forget the name, but they had a really good pitcher in that.
That one called strike three as he gets Freddie looking, and a 1-2-3 inning for Haley to begin the ball game.
Yeah, Braden was pounding inside, and got one catch that inside corner. Not letting him get his arm extended. A good inning. Just 9 pitches I had.
Yep, as did I. That works in the whole pitch count scheme of things.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, other highlights besides Graham striking out 11 yesterday and that 12-2 win to qualify for the playoffs. Teddy Fisher had 2 hits. He scored 3 runs and had 3 ribbies. And Charles Salerno and Cal McKay both scored 3 runs. So we'll see what happens when the next power rankings come out. If the Panthers are able to crack the top 32, as you suggested, Dom, they would be guaranteed of a preliminary round game at home. The only way they wouldn't is if nobody qualified outside the top 32 with a 500 record, but that is not going to happen.
No.
I didn't take a look, but typically there's about a dozen teams or so, give or take, that achieve the secondary qualification status of that of being 500. Last year there was an 18-year tournament appearance streak snapped. And as Richie told us at the beginning of the year, this objective this year was to make that happen.
Yep, redemption tour.
Indeed. So anyway, that's Kevin Nestor, by the way, the left-hander who will go climb the hill today for the Rangers in the lineup that he will face. But the Panthers are throwing out here. Danny Pierce leading things off, followed by Cal McKay and Charlie Salerno. Teddy Fisher in the 4th spot. Connor Conley, fresh off, what was he, a 4 RBI day?
Yes, 4.
4 RBI day the other day, and then Micah McManus after that. Colby McLean DHing and batting 7th. Jonathan Reyes in the 8th spot. And rounding out the lineup is O'Leary.
Mikey O'Leary getting the start behind the plate.
Not going to lie, he is left-handed just like Nestor Cortez, and he kind of throws a little bit like Nestor Cortez.
You see Danny Pierce getting up there. The usual leadoff guy.
Are you waiting for me to say it, or should I break tradition?
What's that, Al?
Proud White Sox graduate.
First one is in for a strike from Kevin.
So, you mentioned the 11 Ks that Gavin had yesterday.
Swung on, hard line drive, but right at the shortstop, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Danny has had a number of those.
Yeah, the baseball gods owe him a little fister out into right field or something.
So Gavin has struck out 11 4 times this year.
Wow.
In 7 starts, I believe it is.
Wow, amazing.
Cal McKay, the man standing in now in right field today.
Breaking ball. And I think every game he's thrown, he's had at least 6 strikeouts. He's got 70 strikeouts on the season. Likes that curveball.
He does. Kevin looking like kind of a crafty left-hander.
Yeah.
Dips down, sort of slings the ball across.
Al, what does crafty left-hander usually mean?
A junk baller.
A great breaking ball like that one. That was good timing because as you were talking about that, he threw a beautiful sweeping breaking ball that got Cal McKay swinging. And that is textbook. Lefty on lefty, throw that big sweeping breaking ball. Breaks across the plate and down.
And usually not an overpowering fastball.
Swung on, and Charlie lashes that one foul in the deep left field.
Ooh, almost hit some fans down there in the right field line.
Lacrosse had their boys' senior night yesterday.
Oh.
As they defeated Gloucester.
That was an off-speed pitch as well, and it looks like potentially, especially to the left-handers, going to be paramount for Kevin to probably get strike one with the fastball so then he can then give a steady diet of the breaking ball. And I expect that coming right here.
Got to move up on the plate in that situation too, right?
Mm-hmm. Tried to get Charlie to bite on that one, but that one never really threatened. So 1-2 now. Oh, that's a nasty one.
Yep.
As he leaves Charlie, but nothing but a pair of shoes up there as he looks at strike 3 and on to the second, no score.
Another 9-pitch inning.
Okay.
This is the speed we needed under those terrible conditions the other
I know,
day.
no kidding.
Sun's trying to break through right now. Temperature might go up a tick from 49 to 50. 50 degrees on
May
the 21st of May.
That's
Unbelievable.
just not right.
No, it's not. You know, you think the weather is going to get better as the season goes along, but it feels like it's gotten worse.
Yeah, right. I agree with you.
It's going to be beautiful next week.
So we just got a message from Tommy Donovan.
Yes.
About the game on Friday. They have 2 chances of actually playing Friday, slim and none. Weather.
Oh, for softball?
Everybody.
Is baseball have a game on Friday?
No, softball does.
Okay.
I just texted him to let him know I'm available for that game.
Oh, that's great. And speaking of senior days, that will be senior day for the girls softball.
Yeah, that game's never going to happen.
Especially with 2 inches of rain tomorrow, that field will never be dry for Friday.
No.
Although there's supposed to be, I think, some lingering rain in the Friday.
All right, so as Haley stands in now to work his second inning, let's look at the defensive alignment today by the Panthers behind him. O'Leary doing the catching, Connolly over at first, Danny Pierce at second, Reyes at short, and the outfield is going to be Salerno, McManus, and McKay.
Yeah, with Connor Connolly back, he's back over to first base with Cal shifting back to right field.
It'll be 4, 5, and 6 to greet Braden Haley here in the second, starting with Guillermo.
Cal gives them a lot of extra speed in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
He was motoring in the game yesterday that we were unable to do because that silly thing called politics, as we had to cover all kinds of I don't know, city meetings or something.
No, I think there were concerts and.
Okay,
I
well,
don't think
in that case, music.
I don't think politics had anything to do with it. I don't think.
We appreciate music, though, so
of course.
We support the arts, right, Al?
Absolutely. Please frequent the Cabot.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to see that place stay open, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're going to be shutting it down a little bit for renovations, I guess.
Yeah, I went to their big night a couple weeks ago and saw Lake Street dive.
Yep. How was that?
And it was fantastic, but they raised $108,000 or $118,000, so...
Swung on a high fly in the right
Speaking
field.
of Cal
McKay's
McKay.
coming over. McKay's still coming over, but it's going to drop in front of him. And that's going to be a leadoff hit for AJ, the first hit of the game for either side.
Those are those ones off the right-handed bat. They're going to tail on you.
Mm-hmm.
Tail and die. They're not going to carry.
Yeah. We talked about that speed, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and the other thing is that was a big swing.
Mm-hmm.
And because he kind of fisted it out there.
Yeah.
Your read out there when you see that kind of swing isn't going to be,
no.
Let me come flying in.
No.
Because that's the one that when it is hit well, you'll come flying in and it'll go over your head.
I know. As you can see, the wind is blowing from right field to left field right now as Old Glory waves.
This is Jason Jimenez, by the way, the catcher standing in. Swing and a miss as Haley elevates.
As we rapidly head towards the Memorial Day weekend, Rich, that's a good reference of Old Glory waving.
Guillermo will get back easily there on the throw over from Haley.
We often had Little League games on Memorial Day, and I made sure that the kids all knew the significance of the holiday and what those before us sacrificed, so we could be playing baseball on a Monday and everything else we get to do.
Well, we slowed him way down with that one.
That was quite the change-up.
Bugs Bunny pulling the string right there.
Perplexing slow ball. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. I don't think Methuen's quite the Gas House Gorillas, but...
that one is lined, though, in the left field and foul.
That looked like a hit by a gorilla.
Yeah, hit that hard.
He did.
Good swing. Fortunately, he didn't get his arms extended. And A foul ball. I think it's 0-2, right, according to the scoreboard?
Yes. Got the scoreboard working today for the...
It's been working the past couple of games.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, they did some repairs over there recently.
He looked like he threw a changeup over there on the pickoff.
I know.
On that one.
He didn't want to show him his good move yet.
Yeah, right.
He has a good lead, though.
Yeah.
He does. Not going still, and that one is...
Hit him. And if you ever want to get hit by a pitch, it's with an 0-2 count.
Yeah. So now 2-1 and nobody out, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Perota.
Okay, so we're
going to have a courtesy runner here for Jimenez, the catcher. Yep. You see the number? I'll be able to tell you. If it's number 1, which I thought it was, that would be Joey Tavares.
Was there a musical group, Tavares, back in the 80s?
Tavares, yeah. They were
70s?
Out of New Bedford.
70s?
70s, yes. One of my brother Phil's favorite bands.
Okay. Very proud of myself that I came up with a musical reference. Usually that's your department, Rich. So.
Yeah, they played about a year ago at the Lynn Auditorium.
Come on, really?
We were going to take them, but...
I feel like I should know their signature song.
I could text
it's on the tip of my
Connolly comes running in, but he's going to bunt it anyway.
I'll try to bunt it past him.
Mm-hmm.
Great job by Reyes getting across with Fisher and Connolly charging, Danny Pierce covering. Everybody having a job to do. Not holding the third baseman, though.
Yeah.
But J. Ray was there well before there was any designs of stolen base on top of that.
So I wonder if Coach Roper told him to swing away. If they're going to charge that hard.
Might have. So 0-1 here on Jaden. Let's see if they come in just as hard now on this one. Or if after the talk to the third base coach, everybody sees to figure out that maybe they could let him swing away. It's not like this is the bottom of the lineup yet either. I mean, this is number 6 hitter. It's not.
Oh, they got him.
Oh, they got him hung up.
Nice play.
They got AJ hung up.
Nobody's at second.
No one's there, though. And the runner came over there, though, so they'll tag AJ out.
Yep. Nice job by McManus seeing that and getting over there.
Who is going to be out?
Guillermo should be the one out.
Because, it should be... No, it should be the second guy, because the
okay.
guy who was on second had second, right? So that's rightfully his base.
Right. Yep, that would be correct.
So that leaves a runner on second base. So he goes out 1 to 5 to 6, I guess.
So that's Jimenez is the out.
Yeah, or his courtesy runner is.
Yeah, the courtesy runner, who I believe was Tavares, is the one who's out. AJ stays over at second, and now there's one out in the inning, though, at least. And 1 strike on Jaden.
It's a nice play right there. You got everybody
moving around.
You got the runner thinking they're all going, especially when your shortstop starts running to third.
Yeah, and then
in a bunt situation, you would think the second baseman would be going to first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so did Danny get the throw?
Yeah.
Then it was 1 to 4 to 6.
Danny got the throw.
1 to 4 to 6.
1
okay.
4 6.
Yeah.
The 1-1. That one missing on the outer half, and 2-1 now on Perota with first base open now. That one in the dirt. A good stop by O'Leary, though, will keep AJ at second for now.
Surprised the parents don't have a tent set up out in right field over there.
Yeah.
Jay Bellew,
a grill.
Jay Bellew slacking over there. He's a tent master.
And that one missing ball 4, so Jaden works the walk, and it's back to first and second. They're bringing up the center fielder, DeLeon.
They could have had bases loaded.
I know.
It's like it's sprinkling a little bit.
Big out.
Again.
It's a huge out.
See if we can get a ground ball here.
That one missing off the outer half. And after an efficient first inning, Haley losing the strike zone a little bit here to the last two batters.
Coach Sean Dunleavy getting it done over there with the track squad.
Big swing and a miss from DeLeon.
Coach Duns, as they like to say. At least my kids do. Well, actually, only Bryce ran for him, so. Griff do any track?
Nope. He thought it was silly.
That one is tapped. Haley's going to go get it. Haley throws and gets the throw around DeLeon, so that'll be the second out of the inning.
Really nice fielding play by Braden right there, staying with that.
A little cue shot. I didn't know if they were going to field it or hope it went foul.
Right.
But the thing was not going to go foul, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to.
And when he committed to it, so so he made up his mind it was going to stay fair, and that's a big out there.
The left fielder, Dylan Conway now, the number 8 hitter, is standing in. No score here in the second. 2 out and 2 men in scoring position for the Rangers. Swing and a miss from Dylan, and 0-1.
Just outside. Seeing Braden out there makes me think of his dad, the head coach Brian over at Endicott College. When are they? Do you know when they're playing the Super Regional? Is that today or?
Well, if it's tomorrow, it's not happening.
Right. Well, they do have turf, but I think even still, that rain forecasted for tomorrow. Turf aside, I don't think they'll let that happen.
2-1 now on Conway.
Endicott just one series away from return to the College World Series as the Division III juggernaut keeps on trucking.
Swing and a miss. That one tailed back inside on Conway. And 2-2. Goose is wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. As Braden tries to work out of a jam here in the second and keep this game 0-0. Up and in and missing.
I think if with the batter, I'm looking breaking ball here. He's been having a hard time locating his fastball, but he's been good with his off-speed stuff.
Especially with first base open, the number 9 hitter afterwards. He certainly does not have to be overly aggressive with Conway if he does not want to. And a swing and a miss. It looked like something off speed. He got Dylan fishing, and Braden works out of the jam. The first 2 men reach in the inning, but Haley keeps him off the scoreboard and on to the bottom of the second. No score here.
22 for 31. Okay, so not the efficiency, but it's still a goose egg on the board.
Yep.
So it'll be the heart of the Panther order now, 4, 5, and 6 here in the second. After Kevin had himself a 1-2-3 inning in the first. The defensive lineman behind him, by the way, Jason Jimenez, the catcher, Nolan Smith over at first, A.J. Guillermo, the second baseman. Over at third is Jaden Perota. The shortstop is Alex Santiago. And in the outfield, Conway in left, DeLeon in center, and Andriatola in right.
You know, it's not quite as bad as it was the other day, but we are better prepared today than we were for Monday's game.
Well, Rich, undoubtedly you're better prepared by actually having pants on instead of shorts, so let's start there.
Thank you for adding the shorts part.
You were wearing shorts on Monday?
I was, Dom.
That
quote,
sounds like the worst broadcast you ever could have had.
It was a lot nicer when I walked out of the
I
house.
know, it was nice when I left the house. I'm a New Englander. You guys know I wear shorts often. All right, so we got Teddy Fisher coming up.
I'm a New Englander, but I wouldn't call myself a New Englander. New Englander when it comes to weather.
Yeah, you got sort of a southern vibe with the weather.
I absolutely have a southern vibe with the weather. It could be 100 degrees out. I'm fine.
That's ball one.
But the minute we go below 50, I don't want to leave my house.
Teddy Fisher up at bat here, third baseman.
Swing and a miss as Fisher fouls it right off the catcher.
Kind of looks like the lefties are having a little bit of trouble to start anyway. I think as they figure out how this guy throws, they'll be able to.
Well, it's a very left-handed lineup by the Panthers. Yeah. Certainly a beautiful matchup for Nestor. Swung on as he pokes that one over to third.
It's gonna be a tough one.
That was a weird little bounce. It took the third baseman. Long throw, and it's able to be beaten out by Teddy. Little cue shot, by the way. The third baseman almost overran it as it hit the ground and sort of spun back the other way.
And then when he gloved it, his momentum was taking him towards his own bench, so he had to kind of stop and change to what direction he was in, so that gave Teddy enough time.
Yeah. You're calling that a hit, though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And here comes our favorite bat.
Connor Conley.
And we don't mean the batter. We mean the bat.
That's Ty Condoroga.
Kid,
we like Connor, too.
We're kidding you, Connor. We love you, kid.
Connor had a nice rendition of the national anthem the other day for Senior Day.
That one in for a strike, and 1-1 now on Connor. Connor been the RBI man the last couple of days, that 4 RBI game.
Going over.
And for those of you who are soccer aficionados, which would be neither of the gentlemen to my right and left, the Spurs have a 1-0 lead in the 93rd minute.
There he goes, kind of a delayed steal, the throw over and safe.
Yeah, the catcher wasn't a great pitch for the catcher either. Teddy's in there at second base now.
So Teddy Fisher having himself a stolen base, and now the Panthers with an excellent opportunity here with a man at second and nobody out to break the tie. Swing and a miss from Connor.
Good location on that pitch down and in.
Yeah.
That's a tough pitch for righty to handle.
So as I had stated earlier, Connor got up. They were in the game yesterday with bases loaded. Hit a ball to that gap in right center, which they're giving him quite a bit right
now. Ooh.
And there's that inside pitch that
called strike 3.
Haley got.
Not going to hit the ball to right center on a pitch like that.
Ain't lucky you're going to be able to foul that off.
Yeah.
But
well, this is a beautiful day to pound guys inside, I'll tell you that much.
Yep. Micah McManus now.
Kevin doing a beautiful job of what lefties need to do. You work the left-handers away usually and try and jam righties on the inner half. He's going to go to bunt, and that's foul.
He had a nice bunt yesterday in a situation like this. Dropped it down.
Did he bunt for a hit on Monday, too? No? That was a game last week, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He went to put a sacrifice bunt down, but put it down so nice that the bases ended up loaded.
Yeah.
Forget what game that was.
I think I remember the game you're talking about as well.
Maybe that was last week then.
Marblehead
Monday.
Swung on. That is skied up into the infield. The second baseman, Guillermo, had a little bit of trouble there, but he's able to come down with it. And now that'll bring up Colby McLean. Swing and a miss. Was that something off speed, or was that his fastball?
I think that was off speed.
Yeah, I thought it had a little downward dart to it, too. A lot of off speed from Kevin.
Yeah. Crafty lefty, as you said.
Yep.
Yeah, mix as well. I had a lefty like that I played with in high school, ended up playing at St. Augustine's, Flagler College in St. Augustine, Florida.
Catcher tried to bring it back, but was not meant to be. 2-1 now.
Guy by the name of Art L, but he could bring a fastball. His fastball was above average when he threw it, but
Colby swung on, ground ball over to short. Santiago has it, bit of a double clutch, but still plenty of time. Throws a strike on the first, and Nestor gets out of that with 0 damage and on to the third with no score here.
13 pitches that inning, right? 14? Was it 13?
Flying 14 for 23
yeah, 14
total.
23 total, yeah.
Yeah, so that big win, we were talking earlier about the girls softball team, puts them, I think they're done with their league games perhaps, and Marblehead needs to play Gloucester. I don't know if that's happening today.
I think you're right.
And if
Gloucester was playing someone else.
Okay. They have to play each other then. And a Gloucester win, I think, would give the Panthers the title outright, and a Marblehead win would have a share of the done.
Okay.
Be 9-1-2 to greet Haley here in the third. Andrea Tola, and then back up to the top, and Nolan Smith and Santiago.
It's quiet over on the
turf.
On the Frank Forty field.
No lacrosse practice over for the girls.
That looks like it. See a couple of the players walking away. Must have been a quick one. As I said, the lacrosse team won yesterday. Beat the Fishermen. Seems like these last couple of days have been Beverly and Gloucester.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Baseball, softball. Yesterday was lacrosse.
Up the line, down the line.
Yeah, right.
And Beverly, what? Is Beverly 2-1 in those three then?
Yeah.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah, they won the baseball game, but they got the softball and the lacrosse.
Wait.
Boys lacrosse. I don't know if the girls lacrosse. How that
Swung on hard liner, but right at Connolly over at third.
Actually,
I'm
Teddy
sorry,
Fisher.
Teddy Fisher, I mean.
You're used to saying that.
I know.
That makes up for Danny Pierce's shot to the shortstop.
I know, right?
Right.
So
Teddy Fisher says,
Nick
Danny,
hits
I
one.
got your back. I got you.
I got you, kid.
So Nick hits one right on the screws, but right at Teddy. And now one away and back to the top in Nolan Smith.
Ooh.
Whoa.
You know, Al, I think Danny is going to have Teddy saying that to him quite a bit in the fall.
During football. Is Teddy on the line?
Look at him.
I don't know. It could be a running back.
Swung on and fouls it straight back off the
running backs are little quick guys. Teddy's going to be pushing people around.
Not down south, they ain't.
Yeah, down south. It's not the same. It is insane, the gap between the best teams in the state up here and, like, an average team down there.
Yeah.
It's like another level. High fly in the center field. That's on a weird spot. The shortstop over, and he can't squeeze it.
And nobody was uncovered second.
Reyes could not quite squeeze that one. And it drops in for a hit for Nolan Smith, and that's baseball for you. The guy right before him hits an absolute laser right at somebody, and Nolan really just hits a little blooper, but it ends up in no man's land and clanks off the shortstop's glove. And he gets rewarded with being on base.
That's one of those balls that's in a weird spot. You know, center fielder charging in, may not be able to get into it. So not quite that dead man's land, but hard to make a play. Connolly doing a nice job stretching for that.
So the shortstop Santiago now standing in. That's a high fly in the left field. The left fielder going back. Keeps going back. Keeps going back. He'll turn and...
It's gone.
Is it gone or did it hit the fence? I think it was gone, but they're going to play it as if it's not. I thought it was gone.
I thought he reached over the fence.
I thought he did too.
Well,
guess not.
He did a good job of faking otherwise.
I know.
I think he did that last week too, didn't he?
Well, so Santiago is going to get just a ground rule double on one that we're not sure if it was gone or not, but second and third now with one away, and that brings up Batista. Batista struck out looking his first time.
I'm sure Charlie's appreciating that breakaway fence there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That would not felt good if that was a permanent fence.
Well, if you think about it, if he fell outside the fence and picked up the ball, that would have meant he overran it.
Yes. High fly in the shallow center field.
Another fly ball.
Another one over there. Reyes squeezes this one, and everyone's going to have to stay put. Now there's two gone. A massive, massive out there for the Panthers.
Yeah, I expected at least a fake. Try to draw a throw or something.
Yeah, it's interesting. Methuen now with base runners 2 innings in a row make no bones about stealing. You know, guys seem to have good leads, but it didn't.
Yeah.
So now Guillermo to the plate.
I didn't really do an analysis of their runs scored, but that's
Whoa, that one up and over the head of AJ.
A lot of times
sends him ducking out of the way.
Indicative of teams that don't score a lot of runs. They don't want to make outs on the bases, so their aggression's a little...
They're scoring about 5.5 runs again.
Oh, okay.
I did do the analysis.
That one miss? Yeah, it did. 2-0.
What are the Panthers average a game, do you know?
I'll let you know in a second.
You did the analysis on that, too?
I did.
I thought you were a history teacher, not a math teacher.
Patterns, man.
Yes, the Rain Man. How could I forget?
So 2-0 now on AJ, and that one missing on the outer half. 3-0 now on Guillermo.
Beverly's averaging about 4 runs a game.
Oh, really? So, interesting.
3.8 given up.
I don't see any reason here with 2 outs and first base open for Haley to be overly aggressive here. And he does throw a fastball, but he locates it perfectly on that inner half.
Yeah, and looks like that's going to be given today. We can't really see home plate because of the windscreen, but unless these guys are standing right on top of home plate, those fastballs are just under the elbow.
Tried to work him inside again, but this time it missed, and AJ will walk to load the bases here. So Haley was able to work out of trouble in the second, leaving 2 men aboard. And this time, the bases are loaded, but 2 away, as he will face the catcher Jimenez.
He reached on a hit by pitch. His first at bat.
He was later pinch ran for by Tavares, who was the man who's credited with being thrown out over at second, but really it was Guillermo who had gotten caught in a rundown.
You know, Al, Tommy might be familiar with Tavares.
I bet he would be.
I'm pretty sure at some point they played down at Little Earl's in Gloucester. And
I'm sure they did.
There.
All right, the song's coming to me now.
Okay.
I'm getting some lyrics.
That was a big, slow breaking ball from Haley that broke in for a strike.
Of standing in the unemployment line and feeling fine. Is that them? It only takes a minute, girl. That's not them?
I don't believe so.
Wait, that's a band?
Tavares.
Tavares is a band.
Is the name of a band, yeah.
Before you were born, Dom.
Swing in a minute. Oh, swing and pops it up. Sorry. That didn't even make a sound off the bat.
Okay. Get out of it.
Teddy Fisher is there, makes the catch as he nearly had to climb all the way up the mound to make it. And Haley working out of trouble again in the third and onto the bottom half. No score here from Brother Roberts Field.
46.
Did that even make a sound off the bat? That was
no,
weird.
that was didn't sound like it. So, but if I'm not mistaken, Tavares is either from like New Bedford, Fall River, and they were like a family act. That disco era kind of dance music, maybe
late
post-disco,
70s,
late 70s, early 80s dance bands. I don't know if we're going to be getting any text from anybody watching this game to help us out with that. So
I think Tommy's our best bet.
Yeah, the text that I got last time we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about, but I don't think that individual is going to know this one.
But I'm going to tell you right now, Rich Francis is on the mark with New Bedford. Tavares is an American R&B and soul music group composed of 5 Cape Verdean American brothers. Some were born in New Bedford, Mass. and Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Heaven must be missing an angel.
That's the one, yep. Alrighty. You going to play it for him?
What do you think I'm Tommy?
That's definitely not legal. Also,
oh yeah.
Coach Donovan was having a little bit of problems with his phone on air, Dom, and I gave the listeners some musical.
That's a copyright issue.
Creative Commons. That's what we're going to say it fell under.
Dom, if it was by intention, there was no malintent, I assure you.
And I think the rules are a little different for cable access.
I don't think they are.
It's a nonprofit.
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, well, I'm going with it.
He's innocent, Judge. He's innocent.
I mean, you are allowed a couple of seconds. I forget exactly what it is. 8?
Well, that's all Tommy was doing, just 6 times during the broadcast. We love you, though, Tom.
Oh, man, that backdoor breaking ball from Kevin nabs the outside corner.
Looks like there's a practice going on over at
in the grass. But in grass,
like they're taking pictures.
Yeah, I keep on. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
I wonder if that's going to affect the batters.
Strike 3 in the dirt.
Yeah, it gets Jonathan waving at that one. It was down in the dirt. As he gets Reyes and Nestor continuing his dominant performance so far here today. Just 1 over the minimum so far.
Those of you just joining us, Panthers batting in the bottom of the third, 0-0 game.
O'Leary now doing the catching and standing in. Big swing and a miss from O'Leary trying to attack first pitch. So the other thing Kevin has done a great job of is he's really just poured in strike 1 and gotten ahead of everyone, which has allowed him to freely use his off-speed stuff.
He has great mechanics.
Mm-hmm. He really does.
Very
smooth.
fluid.
It doesn't look like he's laboring too much.
Yeah. I bet you that's part of his effectiveness. Feeling that ball gets on you a little bit quicker than you might think.
Yeah.
But you also look at the way he throws. Looks like he can go deep into a game because it doesn't seem like he's
high pop. First baseman coming in hard. Settles under it, makes the catch, and 2 gone in the third. Back to the top of the lineup in Danny Pierce now.
Can also go deep into a game if your pitch count doesn't get that high.
Yeah, that's true.
Danny, probably the hardest hit ball so far for the Panthers, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a question.
With his
it's
line out over to the shortstop to begin this ball game.
So this will be adjustment time for the Panthers second time around.
Yep.
They've seen the motion, they've seen the stuff, and now it's see what adjustments you can make.
Had Danny bailing out on the breaking ball that time. Just out in front.
You know, the thing about that breaking ball is it's not coming at you the same way every time.
No. Danny got a piece of that one as it
Fouls
rolls underneath the fence.
I think my adjustment might be to be backing off home plate just to pinch the.
So you don't get pinched on that inside.
Because he's been pounding in there pretty good.
To the right-handers, yeah, for sure.
And then if he tries to throw it outside, you just kind of go with it.
Yeah. These guys got to do a better job, too, of staying back. I feel like he's gotten these guys out on their front foot quite a bit.
Well, Danny's initial stride is usually to the third base side, so maybe he has that covered.
It was. We've seen it called, though.
I think it was more
not as much today, though. He's been pretty about the inside corner, not as much the outside corner.
It was a little bit more. Danny's hands moved a little bit to get them.
And Danny walks.
Yes, it was.
That's a quab right there.
That's a beautiful at-bat, and good job making Kevin work, because that's about the hardest he's really had to work so far.
That's a legitimate quab, right? That's a real quality at-bat from an adjective standpoint, more so than from a statistic standpoint.
Yeah. Functionally speaking, he's on base, so.
Exactly.
And he fell behind early, very early. I think it was 0-2 even, and battled back the way he did and worked the walk.
Danny looks like he's trying to get him to throw over, too.
So Cal McKay, who struck out his first time on a sweeping breaking ball away from him. Back again.
All right, if I can pick up his move from here, he either doesn't have a very deceptive move or he hasn't shown it yet.
Quick pitch right there.
Yep, that went in for a strike.
So do you think he's going to try to steal him to get him in scoring position, or?
I think so.
He's throwing over, though. Nope.
Stomp holds it. And he has Cal bailing out of the box right there. He kind of came flying open. 0-2 now on McKay. Probably that curveball away.
Yeah.
He's got a key, I think, on his front foot there. Seems to bring his knee straight up if he's going home and then leaks it over to first.
That's exactly what it was. Sweeper away, and Danny was off on the pitch, and there was zero chance on that one that he was ever going to get thrown out.
Danny might be taking third here, too.
All right, Cal looking for a 2-out knock here to break the ice.
Let's see if Kevin stays with that breaking ball away or if he changes it up. That one dribbled over to second. Guillermo has it on the first, and that will do it for Beverly in the third and on to the top half of the fourth. No scores here.
Got him at 40 pitches.
Me too.
It's not too bad.
40 through
40
3.
pitches through 3.
Not bad at all.
And you get Haley at 46 through 3, so they're both doing okay. Haley had a quick first inning.
Well, both of them been pitching to contact a little bit. Nestor has a few punch-outs, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, and Beverly only has the one infield hit from Teddy Fisher back in the second. And I'm not sure that Methuen has more than one hit, do they?
No, they've only got the one.
Yeah, I got one hit.
Yeah, that came in the second. Nope, 2 hits.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they have
one
at least
in the second and a double in the... that double.
The double.
Oh, yeah, the double. There it is. Yeah, you're right. The double.
Yep.
The double.
By Santiago, who put a serious charge in the ball in left field. And
yeah, he has a significant launch angle with his swing.
Yes, quite.
The first one that he hit was out to Cal. That was pretty high as well.
All right, so it looks like the softball team doesn't have a game today. So we see Gabby Wickery over Abby's like one of the top fans for Beverly baseball. She comes over and watches quite a few games.
Yep, she does indeed.
She's got her spot right over there, too.
So this is Perota standing in. Number 6 hitter, 6'7", 8 to greet Haley in the 4th.
Perota walked his first at-bat. Got stranded at second base.
Breaking ball, and he got Perota lunging at it. So 2 strikes now on Jaden. Been liberal with that inside corner, but not on that one.
Yeah, that one looked a little too far.
Oh, it was. It was.
I thought if he hung in, he could have been hit.
Oh, yeah.
No,
he would
absolutely. I'm not actually saying that I thought it was a strike. I'm just saying he tried. He tried the front door with the breaking ball and just broke around the plate too much. Didn't quite get back as sharply as he would have wanted it to. And that's going to be a leadoff walk to Perota. So Methuen has had no shortage of traffic on the base paths today after Haley's efficient first inning, but Braden has kept them off the scoreboard so far. But we'll be once again working from the stretch with men on base here in the 4th. And DeLeon, the man standing in.
Grounded out. Well, he had that, was it a swinging bunt?
Yes.
That one is dribbled past the third baseman. The shortstop slides. He's going to have 0 play after that, though. And that's going to be infield hit for DeLeon. And 2 men on for the Rangers again, this time with nobody out. And Conway standing in.
Yeah, John Reyes had no chance on that for sure.
It was a good job by Jonathan to just eat it.
Yeah.
Just no reason at all to let that one fly.
Conway struck out to end the second, his first at-bat.
Could use that again.
Yeah.
Or a pickoff again.
Yeah. Already has one today.
Yep. Keep the runners honest. Connolly looks like he's expecting a bunt.
And he pops it up on the bunt, but it's going to drop just foul as the catcher O'Leary could not quite get there, and neither could Conley. Fisher.
Or Haley.
Connolly definitely wasn't going to get to that.
I keep forgetting Connolly. Connor's not at third today.
Braden giving him something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see with 1 strike if the bunt's still on. I'm guessing it is.
Well, let's see if they try to pull that play again.
That one missing up.
That's, I am glad he didn't get a ball to swing at there because Teddy was in danger.
A lot of people
you need to watch the hands. I mean, you can't run in and be 10 feet away if he's swinging away.
Right.
He's not squaring. Why are we?
No.
I think that might have been a setup. I don't know.
And the first one, maybe it shouldn't have been a pitch, you think? Or
no, the first one I think was maybe.
He just thought that he bunted the first time, so he thought he was going to bunt again.
Well, yeah, or maybe you throw the ball high, right? Make it look like you're pitching, and then the next pitch you hit the guy. I don't know.
Well, you're putting your life in your pitcher's hands.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to hope your pitcher makes the pitch. Yeah, if he
if he doesn't get it up enough, then you could be in a world of trouble.
Yeah. The way Fisher is
still squares the bunt, gets it down, has it. He's going to try for third, and I think he got him.
What
he
a
did.
play!
Nice play.
What a sharp play! Wow, that's fantastic.
So dropped the bunt down. Teddy was coming hard, and Teddy got it, threw over to Reyes, who was covering at third, and they nabbed the lead man. And now it is first and second with one out.
That was a bang play too. With could have went either way there.
Yeah. The way Teddy's charging, he'll be playing third base in a softball league in a few years. You got to have a screw loose to be a third baseman in a softball.
You got him.
Oh, got back.
Oh, wow. That was close.
There, I think if the throw was a little bit lower and he didn't have to pull the tag down as far.
Oh, I think he would have been out.
Yeah.
So Andrea Tola standing in. I believe he hit the ball very hard his first time.
Yeah, he smashed it right at Teddy.
Oh, that was the one, yes.
Oh, look at that. Fan got that baseball that nobody did.
Skied foul.
Teddy's finding the fence.
Teddy's trying, but it's well up onto the track.
Oh, and being returned to the dugout. I think that was that the ball that Danny hit that went into the fence?
Might have been.
Ever got?
Might have been. Not a lot of fans here to do that kind of work of going to get these foul balls.
Should be the guys on the bench doing it anyhow.
You do have guys on the bench that could.
True.
Well, someone looking for it.
That gentleman got the other ball, too. He's retrieved, too. He's fan of the game. Just saved the Beverly High School Athletic Department some money there.
Yeah. These baseballs are not.
He got him inside. There's that pitch, consistent all day long.
Mm-hmm. I want to take a step back off the plate here today because they're going to be liberal on the inner half.
Of course, we can't really tell we're home plate.
Yeah,
it's in relationship.
It could be right
these guys. It could be, yeah, right.
Setting up outside.
Oh.
Hit him.
What?
I think he said hit him.
Wow, if it did, it brushed his uniform.
And if it did, the batter didn't know it.
I know.
The batter didn't go anywhere. Are you talking about me?
So Nick was completely unreactive, and I think that's probably what Coach is coming over there to talk about because
when the batter's standing in the batter's box and isn't moving and has to be told to take first.
Yeah,
that tells you all you need to know.
That's very questionable. I mean, listen, maybe it really did scuff the uniform, but Andrea Tola certainly did not try and sell anything.
Yeah.
But now the bases are loaded with only one away in the top of the order in Nolan Smith. And Haley has worked out of a number at jams here today, but this is quite the one he's in right now. Nolan skies this one high and foul. Catcher and the first baseman there. First baseman takes it, and that's two gone. Methuen stranded the bases loaded last inning and now in danger of doing it again. The bases loaded with two out. But here is the man in Alex Santiago who has hit the ball the hardest of anyone today and potentially even hit it out. We're not completely sure if he did or not.
You know what? Nobody was really complaining about that ball that he hit last
Yeah.
time.
Kind of weird.
All right, so Coach coming out quickly.
And not Coach Millay, Coach Cahill.
Yeah, so I think he's bringing someone in.
Okay. Is he?
Usually, but maybe he has something he wants to say.
No, there's someone getting out of the dugout.
All right.
You know, talking about Andrea Tola not selling that, I'm assuming that he doesn't play soccer in the fall. Otherwise,
he'd have been down like he got shot.
That looks like Braden's staying.
Yeah.
Yep. But I think he might be telling someone to go warm up.
Maybe.
In a 0-0 game here in the top of the fourth, this is, it is John Reyes.
Oh.
Okay, it is.
Okay, he did make the change. Okay.
So Reyes now will come in a big situation. Santiago, the number 2 hitter, up at the plate. The bases are loaded with 2 away, and this game still has no score here in the top of the 4th.
All right, so let's see. Do we have a... So Pierce will move to short.
And who's...
Haley's going to second?
That looks like him in second, yep.
Yeah, looks like he's staying in there at second. Okay.
All right, so Haley moves to second. Pierce moves over to short.
So there's
and
that.
Jonathan Reyes tasked now with trying to get out of this inning.
Really
that would mean that Braden could re-enter as a pitcher, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So I wonder if that's
what
he wants to get. I don't know if they're going to do that to give him another look or.
Well, he's at what, 61 pitches, I think, right now.
Yeah, I had him. Okay, I'll take 61.
Well, it makes sense. They seem to use Jonathan in some big situations out of the bullpen, and this is a big situation. This is certainly how I would use my bullpen. I've always hated the closer thing, and we talked about this last time. My best guy I would use whenever I think is the biggest situation in the game.
Yeah. Although not having any warm-up tosses and being stuffed into this is kind of tough, too.
It's true.
Kind of like a clean inning usually, but hey, let's see what happens.
All right, so Reyes winds and fires on the first pitch, and that one missing off the outer half. A great job by O'Leary to go out there and get it.
No, Don, the thing about that closer thing is baseball players are so routine-oriented. You start moving guys out of their routines, it messes things up, I guess.
I understand, but...
Oh, you mean like if you're asked to play first base and you're DH, you can't do that?
Yeah, I think, listen, this is baseball. Come on, guys. This is the most versatile of all the sports that you should be, I feel like.
The reality is, if you're a major league pitcher, you've been pitching for a long time. You're not being asked to do something different.
No. That one in for a strike.
A little change of pace here with Reyes, too.
Yeah. Santiago lashes it foul into the net on the opposite side. So 2 strikes now on Alex.
He has a long swing.
He does.
Generates a lot of bat speed. You want to try not to hit his bat here. Right. 2-2 gets even.
Certainly an individual, though, that I feel like you could probably work up in the zone to with that long swing and a bit of a launch to it. And that one missing off the outer half, so the 3-2 count.
With 2 outs, the runners will be going. This would be an awesome time to step off the mound and have a pickoff play.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Panthers have been dancing through the raindrops quite a bit so far in this one. Trying to do it again. And Reyes gets Alex Santiago on a fastball by him on the outer half. And once again, the Panther pitching staff dancing through the raindrops and on to the bottom of the 4th. No score still here from Brother Roberts Field.
Bravo, young fella, bravo. That was well done.
That might be 8 left on base now for the Rangers?
9.
9 men left on base now through 4 innings for the Rangers.
But remarkably, a leadoff walk didn't score.
I know.
That hasn't happened many times this year.
Nice job by Johnny Reyes coming in.
And a nice call by the skip.
Yeah, that was the right move right there. And like you said, Haley could re-enter. So you may not even have to do anything. You may see somebody warming up and maybe bring someone in, put Reyes back at shortstop.
Yeah.
He could always come back in to pitch.
Because I can't, obviously we don't see the away game, so we've only seen half. But I don't recall Braden playing second, but maybe my memory's bad.
Yeah. It could be that he is planning on just re-entering, and so he said, I'm not going to take you out of the game. I'm just going to move you over there. We won't know that until the next inning.
Well, if he's never played second before, he should totally cause us think about it. That's totally the way to do it.
I refuse to do it.
I can't do that. That's not in my contract. You told me to put my glove. You told me to pitch.
I'm not changing position for $300 million. Oh, wait. This is high school we're talking about here.
Maybe he could take a lesson from his teammate, Christian Campbell.
Yeah, right.
breaking ball and a little excuse me check swing, and he bounces it right over to Nestor, and that's the first out of the inning.
Charlie would probably like to have that swing back.
He certainly would.
Absolutely.
Little excuse me swing. That's one of those. Man, you really hate that. That's one of the worst feelings as a hitter. I feel like you've been cheated. Breaking ball, and that one nabs the outside corner.
All right.
Nabs the outside corner and ends up 8 feet in front of home plate. How about that hit? That hit the catcher's shin guard and ricochet.
That thing moved a lot.
Yeah.
And that one did not quite move as much as it sent Teddy spinning out of the way.
Coach Jeff Hutton would be saying, "Let that hit you."
So would Coach Al.
Swing, and that one fouled off. So 2 strikes are on Teddy.
Although Teddy did have a hit his last at-bat.
He did.
The only hit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Legged one out.
Legged one out to the third baseman.
And that one is lined back up the middle, but Santiago is there, gathers, throws, and nabs Teddy Fisher, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th.
That one looked like it was going to be harder than
It ended up being.
it was, yeah. I thought it was going to be a base hit up the middle.
I think Santiago had him played pretty well.
And he has quite an arm, Santiago.
Yeah. So now Connolly standing in. That one missing up. One of the few guys that Kevin has not gotten ahead of with strike 1 today, and that's why this game is 0-0 and why he has very easily kept the Panthers off the scoreboard so far today. He winds and fires, and that swung on and missed from Connolly. And you can tell he's feeling it because he is working at a very nice pace as well, and really has not changed up the pace much at all.
Yeah, we like pitchers when they have a nice pace like that.
Yep, that is an off-speed pitch, and that one breaks in. He has done a beautiful job of mixing in his entire repertoire, throwing everything for strikes. Did he go? Oh!
I didn't think he went.
I didn't think he did either, but that does not matter as Kevin has himself maybe his shortest inning yet on pitch count. I'm not sure if it was or not.
Equal the first. I had him for 9.
Yep.
So Kevin sets them down easily in the 4th and on to the top of the 5th. No score. We'll see who is on the hill for the Panthers.
It's Braden Haley.
Yeah, and they'll go back to Braden Haley.
So now we know why he went over to second.
We had a good prediction.
Yeah. All right, so Haley's at 63 pitches, right? Or 62?
I each had him at 61, and then I had 6 for John Reyes.
Yes. Yep.
3 balls and 3 strikes. Went full right and struck him out.
Yep.
So
speaking of pitch counts, what is Kevin at? Because it seems like I'm sure the Panthers are in no danger of knocking him out of the game.
49.
Yeah, no. They're going to have to deal with him for a long time.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to make adjustments.
Yeah, going to have to try to get that first guy on base and try to move him around, manufacture something. Both teams actually kind of might have to do that, so. Although Methuen's gotten on base a lot more.
Yeah, Methuen's just missing the key hit, but they certainly have not had a lack of traffic around the bases. On the flip side, if you're the Panthers, especially as you move down in the order now here as we're in the 5th inning, I believe.
Yeah, 5th
Someone
inning, 3, 4, 5.
might be time to try and put down a bunt maybe next inning to try and see if you can beat one out. And just break up with the rhythm. That one is grounded back up the middle. Reyes has it. Little bobble. Still plenty of time and throws him out. As he's still able to throw out Batista. Good job by Jonathan there not to panic.
Stay with it. Make it look like you meant to do it.
Now the catcher, Jimenez. Oh, I'm sorry, no, Guillermo. High fly.
Reyes is calling.
Reyes is there on the infield, just at the edge of the dirt and the grass, makes the play.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess this guy might take the first pitch.
This is the catcher, Jimenez, who was hit by a batter and popped up to Teddy Fisher.
And indeed, he does take a pitch. And he takes strike 1.
There's a couple of raindrops coming back at us.
Swing and a miss. Big swing from Jason. And now 0-2.
Just a little high.
Just a little bit.
Went right to left quite a bit.
The 1-2 to Jimenez. Swing and a miss. Braden got him swinging, and that will do it for Methuen in the 5th. Haley has his first 1-2-3 inning since the first. And on to the bottom part. No score still here from Brother Roberts. Panthers looking to go to work.
6-pitch inning. That's crazy. That's great.
Yeah.
On the re-entry.
At least putting Kevin right back on the mound.
Runs are at a premium here today. Is that was Braden's 3rd strikeout.
Is it McManus, McLean, and Reyes due up in the inning?
Correctamundo.
Yep.
Yeah, McManus, he's got potential to bunt.
I was just about to say that. I was saying,
although he did show it his last at bat, so just got to read the third baseman, see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure his coach at his future coach at Colby Sawyer likes the fact that he can bunt.
Probably won't hit in college.
Yeah.
Unless he plays in the outfield.
Good point. Well, you might need a guy who can drop the bunt down. Or are they all about the launch angle and all that stuff?
I don't know.
And no more bunting anymore.
I do not know.
They don't like.
I think it depends what level of college. You know.
They don't like the Augie ball, huh?
I think D1 definitely. That's more about the launch angle and not a ton of bunting anymore.
Third baseman's expecting a bunt here.
Yeah, he is. Micah standing in. Nestor fires in, and that's strike 1.
So maybe you keep the hands back and slap it past the third baseman.
Ooh.
It was upstairs.
It was.
Sharp, though. That was a sharp breaking ball.
It was. Micah swung on and missed at another breaking ball down in the dirt.
Just
1-2. He did.
You know, McManus has the Walt Riniak style swing.
One hand. Let's go.
Micah turns on that one and gets it underneath the first baseman's glove, and that's in the right field. And the Panthers have the leadoff man on.
A little like Mike Greenwell right there.
Nice adjustment by Micah as he got another breaking ball. And was able to stay on it enough to then pound it in the right field.
All right.
How do we get him to second, gents? We stealing him, we bunted him, we have him steal and bunt him to third. They're looking for the bunt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
See what kind of lead he gets. Oh, that hit him.
That hit him.
No,
it didn't. It somehow skipped underneath his feet, but it gets Micah to second all the way anyway.
That's how you get him to second.
How did that miss him?
I know.
So Kevin, for the first time, having the leadoff man get on and having to work from the stretch that early in the game, and the first one there, nowhere close. Has it skipped maybe underneath the legs of McLean?
Yeah, it must have, obviously. It windscreen.
Catcher really, unless he could drive and truck in front of it, had absolutely zero chance.
Now they're playing him for bunt again. He didn't really show bunt that first.
Yeah, he didn't, though. And he's not. Colby hits it straight back.
Get something over to the right side.
Moving everybody back now.
So I think they don't think the bunt is on any longer. Ooh, he didn't call that one.
Nope.
Strike.
Must have been low.
Yeah, he wants to hit something to the right side here to move him over. Get a big hole over there.
Look, there he is again. Getting another ball.
Yeah, he's filming the game. He's retrieving baseballs. Fan of the match.
That one really up into his kitchen as he dribbles it over to third. Third baseman, a long throw. Scoops and did get him. Nice job of base running by Micah, though, as he makes his way over to third. The third baseman never really looked him back. And it was a long throw, so.
Yeah, I think if he looked him back, he might have had a chance to get him.
I know. I thought he was going to fake it and then go after him.
Truthfully, I think the third baseman thought that ball was hit harder than it was.
Yeah.
And took a minute to get to him. And after that, he was just, oh, crap, I got to get this thing over.
So they're really playing him in tight.
That one on the inner half and missing.
So John
Infield
Reyes
coming in for Jonathan Reyes, the man at the plate right now.
They're expecting a bunt.
Panthers with their best scoring opportunity so far today. That is in for a strike and 1-1 on Jonathan.
We saw an attempt at a suicide squeeze in the Gloucester game where the batter pulled back. They got the runner caught in a rundown. And the runner talked to me about it the next day at school.
That one missing.
What do you have to say? Miss sign?
He said no. He said the kid pulled back. He actually showed it. We didn't see it in the game, but he showed it. But he said the kid pulled back. He said I was just stuck out there.
Ball three now on Jonathan.
Beautiful count. He can zone in on the pitch he knows he handles best and go get him. He's been going the fastball, though, here a lot in this count, huh?
Yeah. So the 3-1 coming to Jonathan. High fly into center field. The center fielder is over. Under it is De Leon, but that should be easy for him to score from there. It is, and the Panthers strike first here in the fifth and take a 1-0 lead.
Great job by John there. 3-1 count. Got a ball that he could elevate to get to the outfield. And first blood, as they say, has been drawn.
Yes.
Runs at a premium today. That's a big one at this moment in time.
It has, and Methuen has had no shortage of opportunities. The Panthers have not had many, but it's Beverly who gets the key guys over, the key at-bats, and the key swings, and strikes first here in the fifth.
Yeah, that's manufacturing a run.
Now O'Leary standing in with 2 gone in the inning.
He got a little help with that wild pitch.
Yes.
That we thought hit McLean.
Yeah, like we talked about many times, when runs aren't being scored, mistakes are, there's no margin for error. The margins are thin, right? Mm-hmm. So, but we've seen plenty of games go this way and then be a bevy of runs scored at the end. So we'll see what happens.
3-1.
Yep.
But again, that leadoff guy ends up scoring. Wasn't a walk, but a couple of quality at-bats in that inning so far.
What's happening here?
Yeah, what is happening?
Timeout, or he thought he was quick pitching him and he didn't call time back in?
Maybe. That could have been what it was. He did point. It looked like he pointed out, too, Nestor, so that might be what it was. Strike 3 got O'Leary looking, and that will do it for the Panthers in the 5th. But Beverly pushes across the first run of the game and on to the top of the 6th. 1-0 Panthers.
That's 6 Ks on the day so far for Nestor.
Looked like that he was losing his control just a smidge, and then bang, he got it back after that multiple timeout requests.
How many pitches you got him at, Al?
67.
All right. Fireplace kind of night, isn't it, Al?
That or maybe a little bit of bourbon.
Oh, maybe. Or both.
I would definitely say both.
The only thing standing in the way is a trip to the airport and my notes.
There you go. Yep. Well, you can do the notes while you're doing that other stuff.
Well, that's true. That would probably increase the quality of
It is Jonathan Reyes, by the way, who climbs the mound here and gets ready to work in the 6th inning.
And I think is Jonah behind the plate now,
Yeah,
and
like
Mikey O'Leary at second?
Went to second, and Bellew, we think.
Well, coach is warming him up now, so Joe's probably getting his gear on. Yeah. If we go by the Rich Francis patterns that we're used to seeing.
All right, so it looks like it might have been a quick call to Jonah on that, as he's still getting his stuff ready. All right, so we got to change that. So Haley is done.
Great outing.
Bellew will go in for Haley.
So that'll be 4 2/3 innings.
4 2/3 of scoreless baseball from Braden Haley, and he had to make some big pitches and some high-intensity moments, but he was able to get the job done. Needed Jonathan to get one, but other than that, it was Haley most of the time who was getting the job done. Reyes climbs the hill and gets ready to work again for the 2nd time today on that bump. And he's the man who might have had the biggest one with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and a full count on Alex Santiago. Was able to get him swinging to get out of the inning.
All he has to do is get the next 6 batters in a row, and he gets the win, and he gets the game-winning RBI.
Yeah, okay.
That's all.
Okay.
He doesn't get the win. Haley gets the win.
Right, Haley was the pitcher of record.
Yeah.
When they scored that.
Oh, in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
Right, because he came in to pitch that.
All right, so he can let up 1 run, get another RBI. Or you do the Bob Stanley thing.
Or get the save. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That'll do. So he faces 6, 7, and 8, and this is Jaden Parada, right? The third baseman, number 17.
Yep.
Okay.
6, 7, 8
Okay,
to greet Reyes here in the top of the 6th.
Coach has a question here.
What is going on? Maybe he wasn't informed of the changes?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe he's seeing Reyes come back on the mound.
Uh-oh.
But Reyes just re-entered, so that shouldn't be an issue. Coach Smith might be asking about that, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, Reyes just went back over to short.
Yeah. And O'Leary didn't come out of the game. Bellew's in for the pitcher. So
on a cold day like this, it is paramount to stay warm. And while they're talking about this, Jonathan's going to play some catch with his infielders.
Connolly was busy doing something else.
I mean, he's not really re-entering. You can shift anyone around wherever you
right.
want.
It's not a re-enter.
Nobody came out of the game. It's not a re-enter.
Right, it's technically not.
He just changed his position.
Yeah, right.
Can do that anything. You can do that every batter.
Right, exactly. Now, it's also a matter of did they notify about the change of Bellew. Bellew's actually the deal here.
Mm.
It's not about Reyes.
It's Bellew in for the pitcher.
Yeah, that's it.
Haley. So he doesn't hit.
Yeah. This is where we need the field reporter. On-field reporter. I think we should have Tommy be our on-field reporter.
Everybody's playing catch all over the place. You got Connolly thrown over to the outfield now.
It's cold out.
I mean, no, I get it. I would not want to be standing out there doing nothing.
Now, Dom, you have the lineup, right? The roster?
Yes.
Now, Bellew's on that roster.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I mean, they're really getting into this conversation.
Well, also, he already threw a pitch.
I know.
He did.
Right?
So if there was some rule violation,
You have to put it under protest, but then that's it.
Well, I don't think it's put under protest.
You should have to take him out, and the count is what it is, I'm pretty sure. But
I mean, I don't know what the rule interpretation is.
Unless he has to start the batter over again?
You would only, I guess the protest would be if it goes Beverly's way, if the argument of the Methuen coach isn't upheld, he could protest it for an improper interpretation of the rules.
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was Jonathan, I would be so mad. Pitchers can be a little bit of divas, though. I get that. This would make me so angry.
This is where you got to hope that your guy doing the book is doing a good job, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't be having the mess like I do.
It doesn't even look like the book is...
I know.
This almost looks like we're questioning their order.
Yeah.
But according to my book, Parada should be up.
I just can't get it out of my head right now. If this was me, how absolutely annoyed I would be.
Well, I actually want to be
on a cold day
you.
like this.
Yeah.
If I was spectating right now, I would be yelling, "Let's go! Come
Let
on!
Let them play! Let them play!"
Oh, now John has to go get his book.
Okay, so they're looking at a scorebook. And you know all the parents out there are like, come on, man, I'm freezing right here. Let's get this thing on the road.
3 ounces camera person or two. Of course, the wind starts kicking up as we're waiting.
Yep. We wouldn't mind if it was 70 degrees.
Sun's going.
We thought maybe we could get this game done before 6:30, but
we were on
the
pace.
Methuen coaches are clearly not into that.
We were on a good pace, too.
We were on a great pace.
Both pitchers were
We were starting this top of the 6th.
Oh, this can't be good because Coach Cahill's on his phone going to get rule clarification. Wow. I don't know.
This is a mess.
I don't know who would be.
I mean, I just don't understand how this possibly is a violation of anything. With the way the rule is. I mean, Jonathan never came out of the game.
Well, I think there are a couple things. And I don't think this should matter, but they're different conferences. Mm-hmm. But I think they all play under NFHS rules, National Federation of High School Sports. And so you have to look and see what is the federation rule on a pitcher coming in and leaving and then coming back in.
But he didn't make us think about Haley going back on the hill.
Right. Good point.
Maybe he thinks that there's a rule that you can only re-enter a pitcher once or move. But I still don't get it because it's not a re-enter.
But Reyes would have only re-entered once. And never re-entered the game, just
changed positions.
Just went back to pitching.
Changing to pitcher, not changing position, but changing to pitcher.
I am being entertained by the dueling cartwheels by Cal McKay. There goes Cal again. And then he was doing some sprint. Here goes Micah McManus again with the car. I got to say, Micah's a little cleaner. Cal bends a little bit.
Okay, so
and at the end of the day.
Looks like we're right back to where we were.
Yep, we are.
Okay.
It should be 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah.
Okay, cartwheel contest is over, and we'll get back to baseball.
All right, so everyone's going to have to lock back in, and Jonathan's going to have to lock back in after that extended time in between on this cold day, and a swing as he pours that one in for a strike.
You almost feel like he should have gotten to take warm-ups again.
Well, he was thrown for quite a while. They just wasn't throwing warm-ups.
Swing and a miss.
But then again, the way he just threw those 2 pitches, he's good.
Yeah.
He looks fine so far. So 2 strikes now on Perota, the first man of the inning. And that one on the outer half been called strike 3. And Jonathan, after the long time out there, 3 straight strikes and a punch out of Perota to start the inning.
2 batters, 2 strikeouts.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
DeLeon is grounded out to the pitcher, and he has base hit. Was that a strike?
No. That was too far outside. 1-0. DeLeon goes out there and sprays that thing in the right field. The right fielder going over, and gets there. They're going for 2. The throw not nearly in time. And DeLeon let that ball travel and then lined it in the right field for a 1-out double.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there. Go with the pitch on the outside. McKay got to it, relayed it in, but...
Yeah, he went hard out of the box. A nice play, nice hustle by the Rangers center fielder.
So now that'll bring up Conway.
Conway had a fielder's choice.
He put down the bunt, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was fielded by Teddy Fisher, who threw to John Reyes covering.
Yep.
Okay, the rain's starting to come a little more now.
That one misses outside. Swing and a miss.
We were doing
Foul
so
tip,
well.
I think.
It might have been foul tip, you're
We
right.
were doing so well with the weather and timing.
Well,
Oh,
gets away from
that
Bellew.
gets away from Bellew, and that's going to allow DeLeon to get over to third. So now the tying run 90 feet away and just 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring the infield in.
Okay, what's the umpire doing now?
What are we doing?
Giving him time out to dust his uniform off? Or?
Yes.
Yes. Shouldn't the player just ask for a timeout?
I know. And that one hit foul.
Got a car?
Got a car going
just
by
missed.
at the time, but landed just in front of him. He led that truck just a little bit too much. Swung on and fouls it straight back again. Conway back-to-back good hacks off Reyes. But unfortunately, both times for the Methuen side. Can't straighten it out. Reyes winds and fires. 2 strikes on Conway, and
he
swing and a miss.
Johnny did a nice job of elevating a fastball there, getting it just up over his hands, but it looked fat enough that he couldn't lay off of it for a big, big K.
Especially with Conway being right on the first 2 fastballs. Makes it look even better to you.
Can bring the infield back a little now.
Now, Andriatola.
Was hit by a pitch his last at-bat. That mystery hit pitch.
The hit by uniform.
Yeah.
And he actually hit a ball very hard right at Teddy Fisher in his first at-bat. J-Ray works at a very quick pace as well.
He does. I love it.
Nick. Both guys remind me of the pace that Noah Gawansi always worked at.
Oh, Noah was the best.
Get it, throw it, get it, throw it, get it, throw it.
Nobody had Noah's pace.
Noah was the best in the business. Oh, I love doing Gawansi's games.
Oh, yeah. Those games went so fast. He was efficient with his pitches. He was always around the strike zone. Now he's playing his trade at Endicott, as you mentioned.
Once again, hit pretty hard from Andriatola. Foul the opposite side.
So that makes it 2-2. What do you do here? You go curveball away that he can't reach, or do you elevate again?
I go curveball, but... And that one is slashed the opposite way past the diving first and second baseman in the right field, and that is going to tie the ball game up.
Nice piece of
So Andriatola on the two before that, slashed it foul the opposite way, trying to do just that. And on the third one, got it right as he got it by the diving second and first baseman. And this ball game is tied in the top of the sixth. Now the top of the lineup, and Nolan Smith standing in.
Now do you send him, you think, to... No.
That one in for a strike.
I might send him, worst case scenario,
I
gets
would.
thrown out and you get the top of the order up.
I would send him early.
You've already spun the order with your number 9 guy getting a big RBI.
There he goes. And Nolan swings and lashes it foul, the opposite side. 0-2 now on Smith.
I would have thought about a pitch out in that play. 2 strikes now.
You can pitch out here if you want, if you really think he's going to go again, but he is not. Nolan skies this one high into that dark sky out to center field. Micah is under it, makes the catch, and that will do it for the Rangers in the 6th, but a run coming in to score, and we are back all tied up. Bottom of the 6th and 1-1.
This is first, second game of the season weather. This isn't...
not May 21st weather.
Not the back 9.
Of the season, usually no.
No. I mean, there's, 2 games after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it took the Panthers 5 innings to be able to finally push across 1 run against Nestor, and they're quickly now looking like they're going to have to find a way to do it again. And not take 5 innings to do it.
There are 2 games after this, right? We play Salem, that's the other game, and then Revere. So this is game 18.
I think Revere
is Salem on
Saturday.
Salem's on the road, though, right? Both games are on the road.
They're both on the road.
Okay.
Didn't Tommy say something about the Revere game being on Patriots Day? Maybe it's Saturday at Salem?
Salem game's on Memorial Day.
Oh, they're the last game, not the...
Correct.
Oh, okay.
That game got moved from yesterday to Monday, and then the makeup game got moved to yesterday, and that's why we were not able.
Or informed.
Right.
Able or informed. Yeah. Too many moving parts.
Yep, too many moving parts.
All right, I think this is a Danny Pierce top of the order.
Yes, it is. Panthers will at least have the top of the order here in the bottom of the 6th as they try to quickly retake the lead. As Danny Pierce standing in, Nestor winds and fires and gets Danny really lunging at that one, kind of an awkward swing.
Again, Nestor's only at 68 pitches now, so I don't think they really got to worry too much.
No.
Although it does look like there's someone starting to warm up. Everybody uses the elastic tubing there.
I think it's coaches warming up.
No, there's a player over.
Oh, yeah, they have gray pants. Looks like sweatpants.
That one misses.
They do.
They both are.
They look like sweatpants.
All right, but they're not. I got you. Good hack.
2-1 hack there from Danny as he fouls it straight back off the windscreen. Breaking ball, and Kevin tried to backdoor him, but could not. Now it's 3-2. Full count offering, breaking ball, line drive right at Santiago, and there's the first out of the inning.
That has been the story for Danny this year. He stings the ball, but it ends up right at a guy.
And this is high school baseball. It's not the pros where you have a long time for all these things to average out.
Like to see Cal get his legs on base.
Cal on a breaking ball dribbles it foul past the first baseman.
I think we said Cal scored 3 times yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to request one more today if he's taking requests. Foul ball to our left.
There he goes again.
Fan of the day is going to
don't know who
retrieve that.
He's got a long way to go get that one this time.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Breaking ball easy. Broke it around McKay. Not quite enough to get it back to the inner half, as he had Cal bailing out there.
Sometimes it's a pink sweatshirt. Upstairs.
Yep.
Works it full.
So the full count now on Cal McKay. Breaking ball missing outside, and that's ball 4.
Fantastic at-bat there.
A great at-bat by Cal McKay, and it looked like he was fooled pretty badly by Kevin in his first 2 at-bats, but he made some good adjustments there and works out a walk in his 3rd time seeing him.
All right, so now you want to get Cal on the second.
How many walks is that for Kevin?
But Nestor's got a decent.
We'll have to count him up in a sec.
Yeah.
But.
Has he had 2 or 3? Or is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Because Danny walked earlier.
That's
Cal
right.
walked.
Okay, good timeout.
Let's see. We got a walk to Pierce. Yeah, just his second walk.
That's what I thought. I was like, I didn't think he had a ton. Yeah. So just his second walk. So Charlie Salerno.
Cal goes.
Breaking ball on the outer half.
No.
He really had to go out to get it, and the catcher could not squeeze it and make the transfer cleanly. So it's a stolen base for Cal McKay, and the go-ahead run now in scoring position with 1 out.
Charlie's due here, folks.
Yeah.
Hit one over to the left side. Let's go, Charlie.
I gotta tell you, he's got himself a big gap in right center, too. If he can turn up.
Whoop, he's going to
That
put him
one
on
missing
third.
badly again. That one really getting away from him. And that brings McKay over to third. So now the go-ahead run just 90 feet away.
Now we need to just put something in play.
Kevin, not quite as efficient and accurate here now in this 6th inning as the weather gets colder and the rain starts to fall.
And the broadcasters begin to question their choice of afternoon activities.
That one in for a strike. Infield in, of course, here with 1 out. That one missing up and into Charlie, and I believe it's 3-1 now on Salerno.
3-1 or 3-2? I don't know. The scoreboard is no longer working.
It just went out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the umpire says. 3-1.
Yep.
You got it.
Hitters count.
So the 3-1 now to Salerno. Reyes had a 3-1 count as well. Got a good pitch and slammed it in the center field for the sac fly. Charlie might get one here. He got a little breaking ball, and he put a decent swing on it to the opposite side, but foul. Off the bunker and then onto the track. So the full count offering now to Salerno. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. Breaking ball and an absolutely dirty one from Kevin Nestor, who broke that thing all around Salerno and back to the inner half.
What a great pitch.
It really was.
What a great pitch. In a big spot, too.
Yeah. Really would. Even if he swung, you wouldn't have been able to do much with it.
No. Fisher gets a breaking ball and smacks it foul over to the track. Just a massive, massive pitch from Kevin Nestor. And now 1 out away from getting out of this. Hard ground ball over to short. Santiago has it. Santiago up with it. Throws. Gets Teddy Fisher. And that will do it for the Panthers in the bottom of the 6th. So Kevin works around a walk, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and keeps this game knotted up at 1 as we go to the top of the 7th now.
The 2, 3, 4 batters coming up. Coach,
Big opportunity missed there.
Yep. No doubt about it, but you got to give credit to Kevin. As,
No, it's been a great pitching on both sides.
Well, I also just keeping them off the board that time. That was truly a nasty breaking ball that he threw in a big situation to Charlie.
All right, so from our man Tom Donovan, Reyes was fine to come into pitch. And if Tommy says he was okay, I'm going with that.
As did the umpires eventually.
No, that's true. Maybe that's who Cahill called. We don't know who he called, but maybe he was calling Coach Donovan to get a clarification.
Well, Tom is a valuable resource in the athletics community.
Yeah, might as well use him when you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you also wondered if that may have had an impact on that inning, too. So, not making excuses, but...
He did come out of the chute and got the first couple guys, right?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Santiago made that last play, and he's up there to bat now. That's gonna be a fun
Alex swung on and fouls it straight back into the net.
Think Santiago would get the code red reference out?
I wouldn't.
Did he order the code red? A Few Good Men? Santiago was...
I actually know that movie.
Willie Santiago was the guy who was killed in the movie and led to the whole trial. Where, the you can't handle the truth
Line comes from.
Yeah.
So 2 strikes now on Santiago.
Yeah, I would love to know what the controversy was, though, with that. What his bone of contention was.
That one missed. 2-2 on Alex. Number 2 hitter and shortstop. Alex, decent swing on it again as he fouls it off. Trying to get a little revenge, maybe, is Santiago after Reyes got him in a big spot in this game in the third.
Remember, Santiago had that big double.
Actually, I think it might have been the fourth inning. I might be mistaken. Alex put another decent charge into that one on the opposite field side.
Oh, this was the one guy that, did he already say that John came in and struck out?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
Decent breaking ball and a good job by Alex to not go out fishing. And a full count now to the Rangers shortstop. Reyes winds, fires. Alex, ground ball over to shortstop. Low throw, gets by the first baseman, and Alex is going to get on.
Good job backing up by Jonah Bellew over there.
Was that Pierce over at short?
Yes. Yeah. Danny slid over with John coming in.
Yeah. Much longer throw than what Danny is used to right there. And
well, with this rain and the grass being wet, you might see the ball slide out of his hand a little bit.
That too. So now with number 3 hitter, Freddie Batista, the DH.
Grounded out to short his last at-bat. Santiago's probably looking to run a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Oh, he threw it away.
Oh, man, and it throws it away as it gets by the first baseman up the line. Santiago will take second and nothing more, but now a man in scoring position with nobody out.
Connolly got to it, relayed it in quick enough. I thought Santiago
might go to third, yeah.
Third.
Panthers have played a pretty clean game most of the way, but not here and now in the top of the 7th. And in a game when runs are at a premium, all it takes is just one mistake.
Yeah, the margins are slim right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is your number 3 hitter up at bat, so I don't think we're going to be seeing a bunt to get the guy over to third.
Question is whether you put him on or not.
Yeah.
Give him an intentional walk.
Yeah, pitch around him.
What has he done today?
He has not done anything today. Guillermo, I believe, has done some today.
Guillermo had that long double, I believe.
No, that was
a single. That was Santiago.
Oh, I'm sorry, Santiago.
Yeah. Freddie Batista, the DH, is 0 for 3.
I believe Guillermo at least has a hit today, the guy behind Batista.
Yeah, he does. He has a base hit.
Strike.
As we said earlier, you never know with what record a team might have coming out of the Merrimack Valley Conference, the MVC, such a strong conference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing we're seeing the ace of the staff.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine if they have arms equal to him that they would be under 500.
I know, right? Swinging on this, though, by Freddie there. And Jonathan, I believe, has 2 strikes on him now. Freddie beats that one to the ground. First baseman Connolly has it, goes over to first, and makes the play.
Fine play by Connor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sliding down to his backhand and then being quick enough to get up. His good goalkeeper training paying off there.
Making sure that the ball doesn't get by anyway. I mean, even if you don't make the play, you keep it in the infield.
Mm-hmm. AJ has singled, walked, and popped up to the shortstop.
Yep. Go ahead and run 90 feet away. And Guillermo, big swing as he fouls it back into the fence. Nestor was able to work around this situation. The go-ahead run 90 feet away in less than 2 outs. Reyes trying to do it here in the top of the 6th, and that one's in for a strike. So now he's got 1 and 2. Kevin did it with a punch-out of the guy to get 2 outs. Jonathan has 2 strikes on him. Swing and a miss, and he got him.
Big K there.
Massive strikeout as Jonathan gets Guillermo swinging, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this with the ball game still tied and his boys with a chance to walk it off in the bottom half.
Was that is that still Jimenez? Was he just getting his gear off? Was that the delay?
Yeah,
maybe he had to drop his shin pads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allows the infield to move back a little bit.
Yep, that is still Jimenez.
Jason has been hit by a pitch, popped up to the third baseman, and struck out his last at bat.
That's a strike as well. Jonathan has him 0-2. Reyes, 1 strike away from working out of this.
Jimenez did get hit by a pitch earlier in the game. He's a catcher, so I'm sure he's not worried about diving out of it. On an inside pitch. That one's outside.
Good 0-2 pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Fastball looks lively here. Location will be everything.
That one skied just over our heads. For a minute, I didn't know if I was going to have to make a play on it.
I know. I looked up. I was like, that's going over the fence.
Skies it near us again, but a little bit to our left. One before that, straight over us.
Yeah. Battling, though.
Yep. Jimenez continuing the battle. The 1-2 coming.
I thought he had him.
That breaking ball just dived out of the zone. He has certainly been liberal on the inside corner, but not quite as much on the outer half. Oh, and that one is laced just foul on that third base side.
Ooh, and the Panthers take a deep sigh.
Yeah. Like everybody takes a deep sigh.
2-2 now. 2 outs, runner on third.
Jonathan winds and fires and misses off the outer half. 3-2. Or 2-2, is it?
3-2.
I think it's 3-2.
I think it was 3-2, too. That's what I thought.
The payoff pitch. Got him.
Jason swung on and missed. He might have got him going fishing. And Reyes with another big punch out with a man 90 feet away. And on to the bottom of the 7th with the Panthers a chance to walk it off still. Tied 1-1.
Full count breaking ball.
Love it. So let's see. John came in and got a strikeout, that one batter in the 4th. He struck out 2 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th.
Yep.
So 5 strikeouts and 2 1/3 innings.
Yeah, not bad.
So 5 of the 7 outs he's got by way of the K. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
No.
And the Panthers are looking to see if they can put something together here to have a walk-off win here in the bottom of the 7th.
So Nestor has to come back after that one took a little bit of time. He's going to try to warm himself back up. He's at 88 pitches. I got him at. Is that what you have, Al?
Yeah, I had him at 87, but
Okay.
and that was just 25 for J. Ray.
So what do you have?
Oh, sorry. Oh, dang. I put it on the wrong side. Wait a second. I have him at 87 pitches. Is that what you said? Nestor at 87.
Okay.
And that was just 25 for Jonathan.
For that inning.
For that inning. And that...
I have him at 54.
I had him at 25 and 20 and 6. And 6 the other inning. Does that count?
Yeah. Yep. So what do you have him at?
I have him at 51 total.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
I got him at 54.
Yeah, 51. What do you have him at?
54.
All right. I could have missed some.
Well, hoping the Panthers can finish it off here in this one, or else I might have to leave it in you guys' hands once again.
Uh-oh. What happens when you leave? Do we win? Do we lose? What happens? Does the score stay the same?
Last time,
because if it's a win, I tell you to get out of here right now.
last time I think they won.
They did. But I left. They have a lead.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
No, I don't
Okay.
think there's been any crazy shifts when I've gone.
He can stay.
There's been no crazy shifts when I've gone.
Rich, what did you said? It's not superstitious. It's what? The other day you said it's...
Is it tendencies?
Tendencies? I don't know.
No, you had some
Did you say pattern recognition?
Coincidence?
You had some...
pattern recognition, yeah.
You had some...
Yeah, I forget it.
Some
something
snappy adjective.
Something profound that we don't remember.
5, 6, and 7 against Nestor. It has been the one-man show for Methuen. That's a high fly skied in the center field in that dark sky.
Oh,
Center fielder makes the play.
That's a reach for it.
He really
Connor
did.
gave that a ride,
He
boy.
did. That pretty well off that Ticonderoga pencil. But it is an out.
To the deepest part of the ballpark. If he pulled that, I think that might have had a chance.
Oh, it definitely had a chance if he had pulled it.
All right, so Micah McManus. He's got the lone Beverly run.
And Methuen's playing for the bunt here. At least the third baseman is.
Breaking ball, but I think it missed up. Never got it down. Micah fouls it off, and 1-1 now.
That's a good leave right there.
I know. Good job by Micah to not go out and get that one. 2-1. Did go out and get that one as he fouled it off.
I think the third baseman might back up off the grass now.
I know.
I know. When he looks at one that's painted down at the knees and on the outside corner for the second out of the inning.
You know, we have been so concerned with the game, we neglected to mention this is a Morgan's Message game. Focus on mental health. Boys were wearing shirts before the game. I saw that.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up, Rich. I had no idea.
I just remembered. Yeah, Morgan's Message. We've done it for a number of the sports, the games, and it's a great message about mental health. And don't be afraid to talk when you're feeling it. And that one's up into the street.
Oh, and that one does hit the car.
Wow, Dom,
Jeez, Dom, you're excited there.
Jeez, I thought it was
my eardrums.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I just looked over. I was like, oh, jeez.
That's the most excitement he's had today.
No, it's not.
Wow.
I think decimal-wise it
I
is.
know, no kidding. Walks him.
Right. On the 100th pitch.
I was concerned about them on that one. I actually was.
Okay, so let's see. We're going to get a runner for him. We're going to see Graham Gavin come in to run for him. Before we have a chance in this little break in the action, I'm going to mention our camera people who are suffering through this weather along with us. Leah Katz and Beth Francis. Beth's out in center field. Leah's right up here with us. All right, so we got J. Ray coming up. All right, so Al, you had mentioned it before that he had a chance to get a win and the
game-winning RBI.
So let's see if we can make it happen.
So let's see if Graham's going to get back. Got to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost threw it away. Nice pick.
Yeah, Graham doesn't have much of a lead yet.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to see that move.
Yeah. Still doesn't.
Oh, he went slide step for the first time today.
Is Graham really fast, and I just don't know about it? Because I don't know. It's just interesting.
Well, he has
It's
long
not
legs.
like it's not like he's used to being on the base paths all that much.
It's unusual for sure.
No, he's a pretty good athlete. You put him out there. I'm surprised he's wearing the short sleeves, but actually he's got the arm sleeve there, the single arm thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, coach must think that he's faster than McLean anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he went with the regular leg kick there.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to go in the state tournament is your pitcher to pull a muscle.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And sitting around all day unless he knew that he would be going in. It's warmed up. Go. It would have went. Whoa. Now you go.
That one really got away from
That
Kevin.
was your wet baseball phenomenon there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a runner on second now in scoring position. Base hit. It's going to make it exciting anyway.
Oh, yeah.
We've really only seen the center fielder's arm. We haven't seen any of the other outfielders throw the ball.
No.
Center fielder looked like he's got a fairly strong
So the
arm.
winning run at second. Reyes skies it high in the center field. DeLeon under it, makes the catch. And that will do it for the Panthers in the seventh. So we got some free baseball here as we go to the eighth with this game tied at 1.
105 pitches.
That's what I also have.
I have to imagine he's done, right?
I don't know.
Because I think he can only go to 115, I believe. We do
I'd
see
throw him
someone
all 10.
warming up. Yeah, I know. I would too.
It's been phenomenal. He's pitched a great game. Pitching's been great.
I would have someone warming up, ready to just run right in. All right, so it looks like we're going to get another pitcher coming in.
Another pitcher coming in, and one of our broadcast crew checking out.
All righty.
So, all right.
Okay, so it looks like Teddy Fisher's coming in. Connor Connolly going to third base. It looks like they're putting...
Is that Carnazzo? No.
13 is...
No, Carnazzo's 24, right?
Right. It's 13. Is that...
Porcello.
Porcello, that's it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Teddy just stumbled off the mound and thought that ball went in the backside.
I know, yeah. All right, so.
So you think that it's Saturday, Monday, the last two games?
I believe that's what it is, yeah. All right, so who's he coming into the game for?
Well, Teddy was the third baseman, so Porcello comes in for
O'Leary, I believe, unless O'Leary went back behind the plate. I can't tell. It looks like Jonah.
It looks like Jonah to me.
Okay, so it looks like he came in for.
He'll be batting in O'Leary's. O'Leary's not.
O'Leary's the DH spot. Right?
No.
No.
McLean's the DH. Was O'Leary hitting? O'Leary wasn't. O'Leary was hitting.
O'Leary was hitting, yeah.
So we think that.
Spot. So he'll come in.
No, because Bellew came in for the pitcher.
Right.
So this would mean, if we get it right, Porcello would lead off the bottom of the eighth.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll find out if we're right or not, folks.
Yeah, we don't have to figure that out until he gets up at bat.
You know, we were talking about the speed of the game, the weather, and just in the back of my mind, I had this game is perfect for extra innings.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was moving along too swimmingly. We had to pull the reins a little bit.
Someone was definitely warming up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, they were done through 7 innings at 6:30, so it just unfortunately have to go to 8. And maybe beyond.
Dom, do you have those rosters? So if
yes.
anybody comes in, we can take a look.
Yes, I'll give them to you when I head out, which honestly will probably be halfway through this inning unless Teddy can have a very quick, efficient inning, which would be lovely.
It's a good thing we have extra jackets in the car, right now.
Ooh, I am starting to get a little chilly. Happy that I put on the rain pants to keep my legs dry.
There you go.
Extra layer. I was going to go with my favorite BevCam double line winter hat, but I did not.
I still haven't got one.
You have it?
No, they still have to knit it, Don. They need a little extra fabric for it to fit right.
Actually, I have a pretty average size head, Al.
I thought you told me it was large because of the braids.
No, I just use all 100% of my brain. That's all.
So
well,
this
the,
is
well, the rest of you cretins use only 10%.
Did
Perota, DeLeon, and Conway.
Ouch. No, wait a second. We had a conversation about winter hats. Were you talking about a plumber friend of yours, an electrician who had a big head? Who gave you a hat?
Yes. My electrician.
And Teddy Fisher walks the leadoff man, Jaden.
Yes, my electrician friend, Pete Albano of Albano Electric, who I mentioned the other day. He had given me a hat, and I'm pretty sure it was meant for someone about 50 years younger than me, which would be a young child.
Oh, okay. That's where I got the hat. You having a big head. My apologies.
So
not the brains.
So number 6 coming into the game to run for Parada.
Is whom, Dom? Who's number 6?
Number 6 is, I'll tell you in just a second. That is Logan Baez.
Okay.
Oh, no.
This is DeLeon, I believe, who has just stood in, who swung the bat pretty well today.
Yeah, he's got 2 hits on the day.
Scored the lone run, right? He had that double and then scored 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Cold day, playing a lot of innings in the field and then coming in. Teddy having a little bit of a hard time right now, zeroing in. Very understandable.
Yeah.
Tough conditions here. There we go. There's a pop-up on the infield.
Pop-up. The catcher trying to locate it, and he does.
Nice job.
That was a heck of a play by Bellew. That is tough, and that is a dark, dark sky right now as well, too.
Those ones right above the catcher are the hardest ones for them to play, and that ball didn't really stray too far from right above him.
But if you notice, Jonah did get his back to the playing field, so that ball was coming back into him. Very well done.
Okay, so we got Dylan Conway coming up.
Dylan has struck out twice and reached on a fielder's choice.
High fly in the right field. The right fielder gets under it. He makes the catch, and 2 gone. Fisher, after a leadoff walk, has retired the next 2. And a decent opportunity to give his boys a chance in a 1-1 game. Just has to get 1 more out. And with that, guys, I will have to turn it over to you.
Okay, Don.
So there are the rosters, and I hope the boys can get this done. But do not call me a jinx, because Teddy got 2 outs here after the leadoff walk before I left.
We will not. You can check the tape later on. We promise. And this brings up Andrea Tola, who has the 1 RBI. He knocked in Javian De Leon with the Lone Ranger run.
Ground ball to first.
Porcello fields it.
Nice play by Porcello. I'm sure he's comfortable over there. And that'll end the inning as the Panthers get a chance now. With looks like Porcello's should be coming up to start the inning.
So we think we're going to find out.
Now,
and I think we're going to have a right-hander on the mound. Okay. If I didn't catch the number, Rich, maybe we can catch it as he picks up the baseball, turns around, walks the mound.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Joey Tavares.
Oh, well, he came in for the pinch runner.
Okay.
Earlier, right? Yep. The same Tavares.
Yeah, he came in as a
courtesy runner.
Joey Tavares. So Tavares is going to enter the game now as the pitcher. He'll be coming in for Nestor. Well, we think, unless Nestor goes out to play the field, but I don't see him out there. No. Good.
Looks like he got some good pop on his fastball.
I got to tell you, Nestor pitched one heck of a game.
He was fantastic. Everyone who's pitched today has been fantastic.
Yep.
It's been
when it's a 1-1 ball game in extra innings, that's pretty much the case.
Yeah, a pitcher's duel is no misnomer today. Yeah. That is for certain.
All right, so we are going to see Porcello. Batting for O'Leary, as he had come into the game to play the field. So we're going to see Porcello, Pierce, and McKay. And I'm sure Coach Cahill would be glad just to leave it at that.
Yeah, for sure. I know I would be.
Yeah. Yep. Good bottle of something calling your name.
Something warm. My car.
Yeah,
anything.
Right. Again, the heated seats come up big on a day like today.
Yeah, I got to confess, I had the heat off. I came home from work, and it was 61 degrees in the house. It was a little chilly. So I had a...
Yeah, you got
I'm like, I got to...
I've got a, April 1st kind of rule with the heater.
You won't turn it on?
That's a battle with the wife.
Yeah.
It's a battle I usually
Well, my heat's been off.
Yeah. Right.
But I got to tell you.
You shouldn't need it in May.
I mean, 60 degrees is a bit nippy inside.
Yeah, right.
And there's no sun today to warm anything up either, so.
I know, yeah. All right, so we got Porcello coming up. And Porcello going to be facing off against Tavares. Joey Tavares. The pitch from Tavares is going to be a strike. Strike 1.
Hopefully the Panthers will be seeing some more fastballs here.
Yeah.
Two quick ones.
Yep.
Fastball. Let's see. 0-2 if he just goes with another one and tries to locate it or throw something different.
Taking his time. Fouls it off.
Good job by Adam. Didn't look like he was messing around with the curve there.
No, it didn't. Now would be a good time for it, but he may just be a one-pitch kind of guy. Let's find out. Porcello is going to try to drop that in front, but he's not. And the left field is there to get the out.
Good swing, though.
All right, so that's going to bring up Danny Pierce. He hit the ball hard a couple of times. It's kind of due. And he'll be followed by Cal McKay. Tavares hasn't shown anything other than that fastball. Down.
It's his first ball.
Like you said, Beverly's probably glad to see a fastball. They had a lot of trouble with that breaking ball earlier. Ball 2. Danny gets out of the way. Tavares again looks like he moves pretty quickly out there. 2-0 is the count. Pierce. And looking to get on base here. Start the inning. Ball 3.
3-0. Does not have the green light here.
No.
You can safely assume that.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Coach Cahill does get aggressive at times, but.
Okay. That's good. Hit his count.
I don't know if he'd have been swinging at that with the green light anyway.
Well fought.
Yep. Okay. Pierce on base with the right-handed pitcher. See if they're going to send him. My guess is they're not going to send him at least on the first pitch.
Danny runs well, so good guy to have out there.
He's a heady player out there, too.
Cal McKay is picking up the signals before he steps in. Danny will have to key on the back foot here of the pitcher.
Slide step.
Foul off to our left.
All right, so Danny wasn't going on that one. Doesn't mean he won't go on this one. With Cal's speed, it's going to be hard to double him off on a ground ball. Unless it's a hard hit ball.
Back.
Step off, yep. Good coaching out. And he is dancing a little out there. Step off again. What do we got here? Okay. And he's leaning. Not going.
The ball is foul.
2 strikes on Cal.
Another baseball come up here?
I think it's that one that hit the car that got Dom so excited.
No, he got that earlier.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's not on the rubber, and Danny's off the bag. Doesn't seem to be too worried about it. Throwing over. Pulled the first baseman off the bag a little bit. Not too much off, though. Going, throwing. Try to take at least like a little extra half a step off the runner's lead. There we go. Ball in the dirt. Good throw.
Nice throw.
Right on the bag. Does he hold on to it? And they got him.
Wow.
For the second out. That's a nice throw by that catcher.
And like you say, the multiple moves over there
Yep.
was probably just enough to make the difference there.
It's going to make it 1-2 now for Cal. Big play for Methuen right there. Take that runner off the bag. Breaking ball.
Right back to us, Rich.
Not to us. Not quite.
We're ready, though, folks.
If Dom was here, he'd have made the play.
Dove over us to save us.
1-2 still. Ball in the dirt makes it 2-2. And have Charlie Salerno on deck. Charlie probably glad to see Nestor out of the game. Breaking ball for strike 3. 15 pitches?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's going to bring us to the top of the order for Methuen.
Whoa. He retrieved the lacrosse ball. He almost went down. We got to be careful. Those lacrosse balls were shooting our way.
Really? How is a lacrosse ball coming this far up the hill?
He picked, where you got that baseball.
Yeah,
he picked up a lacrosse ball at the same time.
Yeah.
I would say that the shot was a little high.
Okay, well, and I would say that the lacrosse guy's got to get a little bit better. If the ball is coming close to us. Okay, so now we're having another discussion.
About continuing?
Yeah.
We want to call it a tie?
Can you call it a tie?
I don't know. Are you running out of...
I got 1 inning left on my scoreboard.
That's what they're discussing. Hey, the BevCam guy up there only has 1 inning left.
So we're going to play one more, at least. Play on, I think they're saying. All right, so Beverly is going to get out in the field. Let's see if I'm going to guess Fisher's going to be back out on the mound. Connolly heading back out there to third. Yep. Okay, Porcella's at first still. All right, so you got top of the order coming up for Methuen. The Panthers will have their 3, 4, 5 batters. Unfortunately, someone's going to have to go home with a loss in this game. It's been a really
great game.
Well-played game. 1 earned run in the whole game, right?
Just run, right?
1 earned run?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Teddy Fisher's back on the mound. Value's all geared up. He's going back behind the plate.
Yeah, so we're surmising this is going to be the last inning.
Yeah.
Not due to darkness, though, because it's going to be dark light till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they were talking about something.
Maybe they're talking about candlesticks.
Could be. All right, so the rain has let up a little bit. I don't think we have much rain going on right now.
I'm thinking maybe since I haven't moved in several hours, it might be time for me to...
I know. I have to say, getting out of the chair, that game on Monday, my legs were a little sore coming up. I think it was just the muscles tightening up.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. That was something.
Yeah. More balls up on the hill from the lacrosse guys. All right, so we're going to see Nolan Smith coming up to the plate. He is, he reached base once on an error. He's flied out the other 3 times.
So officially 0 for 4 today.
0 for 4, yep. Reached base once. He'll be followed by Alex Santiago. Santiago had that big double in the third inning.
There's a fly ball to right field, Rich.
That's going to be right over there. Oh, he dropped it. Okay, so we got a drop fly ball out there. Again, that sky is getting a little hard. You know, the ball mixes up with the gray sky there. All right, so Santiago, we saw he's got some power, but he's the number 2 hitter, so let's see if they're going to try to bunt him over here. Or maybe they're just going to go straight steal.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the leadoff batter, I would have to imagine that he runs pretty well.
Wheels, yeah. High school, you still look for a guy with wheels. Majors, just get a guy who gets on base.
Right.
The charge in for the bunt. Pulling back, balls to the backstop.
He's going to go to third. Nobody's there.
Okay, they got back.
Connor got back.
It's good heads-up base running now. Okay, so the runner moves on the ball. Santiago's probably going to not bunt now.
Yeah, I would think the way he's been swinging the bat, I would tend to agree with you. With no outs here.
Let's hope he doesn't hit a ball like he did last time with the goose behind Salerno out there in left field. Tell you, these Canada geese, they've gotten quite brazen over the years.
They like it here.
Yeah. They're not quite as brazen as the wild turkeys that we see every time you try to cross Brimble Ave. But 1-0 is the count. No outs. Ball 2. Ball 3. Three and 0 the count. Let's see if they give him the green light. And he takes the walk.
First and second for the Rangers here.
Sets up the forced play, though.
That's true.
I'm going to see Freddie Batista stepping up to the plate.
Freddie is 0 for 4, strikeout, popped up to the shortstop, grounded out to the shortstop, and grounded out to the first baseman.
There are quite a few 0 for 4.
Yeah, in a 1-1 game in the ninth inning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ground ball here would be nice, though.
Yeah. You'd really like to see ground ball at Connolly.
I think if this is the 3 guy, so you're probably not bunting him, but a bunt would be a good strategic move here.
Oh, he does bunt.
He does.
Tries to push it down first baseline. All right.
Just going to show you anybody can bunt.
Yep.
I like the call, though, from a point of view, second and third.
Yeah, I don't know if he was doing that on his own or not. I mean, it kind of looked like he was trying to get a hit out of it.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, not that I picked up the signs, but a lot of signs are being flashed.
Yep, that's true.
Might just be a guy who doesn't bunt a lot, you know.
Yep. Gets the bunt down. Portillo
great
makes
bunt.
The play tag. Ooh, a big collision there. Okay, so.
Sacrifice bunt executed there.
Yep. 3U sack.
Now we have second and third.
So, do you walk the number 4 batter?
He did.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Intentional walk. Puts the forces on. Puts a little pressure on Teddy.
Yep. Got to throw strikes now. That's going to bring up Jason Jimenez.
And Jimenez has been hit by a pitch, which we don't want to see now. A pop to the third baseman, struck out twice. All right, how about a one-hopper back to the pitcher for a 1-2-3 double play?
All right, so we're playing for 2 in the middle. We're not trying to cut down the run.
Foul ball. Oh, the third base coach and manager with a nifty attempt at that. Here comes, these are JV guys. Coming in right field.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see any Beverly guys. Where did they play?
Down at Baltimore.
Oh, did I miss the...
Ground ball to Connolly.
Oh,
Stops
bad
it.
hop.
Has to go to first with it. Gets the out at first, but the run scores.
Nothing Connor can do there.
Nope.
He did a great job of blocking that ball. Just tough luck that didn't come up to him. So that's going to be an RBI, and perhaps a big one.
Yep.
As Smith comes in to score. So we get 2 down and second and third. Do you pitch again or do you walk again? What do you do here? Do you put your force back on or?
Let's see.
Jaden Parada has a walk, a strikeout,
He's
walked
walked
3 times
today. And they're not going to walk him. Got to make him earn the walk. Steps off. Going from the windup. Tommy would be proud. Not a fan of everybody going
from the stretch, yeah.
But you do have the base open, so brings that one in there. 2-1 now the count. Ball. 3?
Yep, 3-1.
3-1. I like the JV uniforms.
I do.
Calling a timeout because all the players walking behind the backstop, I guess.
Oh, we have the windscreen.
Yeah, right. All right, so Teddy dropped the ball. He's trying to wipe it off. Might have wanted to ask for a new one. Strike 2.
Maybe he liked the substance on
that.
that.
Maybe. Spitball without being a spitball. Full count now. 2 outs, second and third. Methuen up by a run now. Ground ball is going to score 1. Salerno coming up, throwing. They're sending the runner. They're holding him up now. Salerno got to that one pretty quickly. Can make it 3-1 now. The base hit there from Parada. Brings up Javian De Leon.
I guess that was our answer if we should walk him.
Yeah, I guess so. De Leon's 2 for 4. He's the only.
He had that double, right, and scored the run? The first run?
Yeah, I think he's the only one who got 2 hits in the game. First and third now. Fake to third, make over to first. Almost hit him. Ball 2. Fouls it off back. Gabby Wickery over there, avoiding getting hit. First and third still, runner on first not going. Strike 2.
Ooh.
Teddy evens up the count, 2-2. Now do you send the runner?
Ooh. 2-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they got him going.
Get now, turn to home. There you go. Nice job, Teddy. Great job. Well
Great
done.
job by Teddy Fisher.
Perfectly executed by
Absolutely.
Teddy Fisher, folks. Rewind that tape. That's exactly how you run the first and third when they try to draw that throw to try to steal that run.
So it's just a 1-2, right?
Yes, it was. He ran at the guy at second, turned and pivoted, ran at the guy going third to home, and then made the throw. Nice job there.
But the Rangers pick up 2 to make it 3-1. Panthers got the heart of the order coming up. We're going to get at least 2 to stretch this thing out a little bit longer. Al would rather see 3.
Of course.
As we all would.
So we have Charlie Salerno, Teddy Fisher, and Connor Conley.
Okay, we're past the 7 o'clock mark now. Just imagine if we had lights over here.
Just imagine.
Just keep on going. Well, we have to tell Dom that he must have been the good luck charm, the talisman. All right, looks like we got Tavares back out here. Okay, so let's see. We got Salerno who's going to come up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. So
he's due.
He's kind of due, yeah.
Connor hit a ball very hard his last time up the center field. Teddy's been on with a walk.
You know, the interesting thing is the Methuen's had a lot more at-bats coming into this inning. But it's only 3-1. Well, we're in extra innings.
All right, we need a little ninth inning magic.
Yeah, so we got Salerno, Fisher, Connolly, McManus coming up.
Okay, folks, get your rally caps on at home here. Help the boys out.
Well, we might need to sit back down. That's going to be down for a hit.
Oh, yeah, that's in the gap.
That's going to be a double.
That's definitely a double off the wall. All right, you
so
just hold on there because your run doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Okay, that's a great start, though.
Yes, it is. All right, so it brings up Teddy Fisher. Fisher is the pitcher of record, so he'd like to help himself out here. Teddy had a base hit in his first at-bat. He's grounded to shortstop. That's next to him.
He's also due.
Yeah. A lot of the Panthers are due.
Lefty, lefty.
After having to deal with Kevin Nestor.
Yeah, more favorable matchup seeing balls from the right side for these lefties, that's for sure.
Yep.
Good hack. Looks like it's just going to be fastballs, Rich, from what we've seen.
Yeah. He did get the strikeout on a breaking ball to end the inning.
Oh, was that?
But
okay.
That was the only breaking ball that he threw, I think. Fastball outside. Yeah, Salerno doesn't have to go anywhere. They're not even paying attention to him, really. Strike 2. Ball was a little low.
Yeah, if you're Methuen, you got to be focusing on outs. You want to keep the guy in the batter's box off the bases because he's the guy who's going to tie it up.
Exactly. Breaking ball. Foul.
Spoils that. Gets one more look at what the offerings are. Every pitch increases your chances of getting a hit.
Yep. So if you're just joining us, that would be strange that you were. But we are in the bottom of the ninth. Panthers down 3-1 as Methuen scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth. We've had a pitcher's duel most of the game. Struck him out, high fastball.
High heat.
First out of the day. We got Connor Connolly. Connor put a charge into his last at-bat for a deep fly to center field.
I'd like to see Connor pull a fastball, take it over the left field fence, and tie this game up right now.
Clear out those
geese
out there. Although the geese all seem to be in foul territory. They understand how the game works. Ball upstairs. They've heard the stories of Dave Winfield and Randy Johnson.
Staying away.
Ball 2. Didn't Winfield get arrested for that?
He didn't?
I think so.
He threw the ball, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't try to hit him.
No, I think he was.
Oh, he was? I thought it was a throw to the plate or something. No? Onto a base? No?
I don't know. I think he was just throwing it at it during warm-ups or something. Almost got him. 3-0 now.
1 pitch away from putting the tying run on.
So we mentioned Randy Johnson. He's a sports photographer now.
Right.
And his logo is him throwing the ball and hitting the bird. He knows the count.
And he walks on 4 pitches.
Okay, so the tying run is now on first base. That's going to bring up Micah McManus. He'll be followed by Colby McLean. Some new baseballs coming in. Nice, bright new baseballs.
Some new pearls. And the advantage for the Rangers are they now have the force on.
Yep.
Micah McManus runs well. We know he handles the bat well.
Yep.
A base hit in all likelihood to the outfield would probably score Charlie Salerno.
All depends on how it's hit. McManus, fly ball.
That's going to get out of play.
Out of play.
Yeah, I would think unless Micah hit something right at an outfielder with Charlie's speed.
Now, did they?
I think Connor's
still running.
I think so.
Yeah, he still has that hamstring issue. So. Ground ball, foul.
Is that him?
No, doesn't look like it.
Maybe it's not him. He does wear stirrups, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't looking over there to see.
No, it's 24.
Okay, that's Carnazzo.
That's Carnazzo, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Peter Carnazzo in the game to run for Connolly. We do have the re-entry rule, so we could just get back in.
Yeah, we can also play till dark.
Yeah. Right.
Especially if we score 2 runs.
Yeah. All right, so they're not holding the runners, so they can get a little bit better lead, too. Ground ball to first. Throws to second. He got the out at second.
Well, he kept the tying run off a second, which is a good defensive play.
Yep.
So McManus reaches on a fielder's choice. Conley out 4-6 with Carnazzo as the runner.
Yep. Salerno moves.
And the Panthers are down to their last out.
Yeah, we got Colby McLean here. Okay. So now you want to, if you're Methuen, you want to keep the guy on first. You can't just give up the base with the 2-run lead. Coach Roper going to come out, talk to his
Based on what I saw from the way they catch your throws, I would go for the run. Go for the guy at second.
Yeah.
Let the run score.
Right, exactly.
If that's what they want to do. Or, alternatively, you could call a play where the shortstop maybe cuts the throw off and you bait the Charlie.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking if he's stealing, I'm going to ask my catcher to throw through.
Yeah. The only risk in that is if you don't get him, the guy scores, now you get the tying run on second base, right?
Still need a hit, though, to tie it.
True.
So.
That's true. You get Colby McLean up. He walked his last at-bat. He's grounded out twice. Mike is not going anywhere. Ball.
Well, maybe the base runner will give the pitcher something to think about, and he'll load him up.
Doesn't have much of a lead either, so.
That's two balls.
That's going to change the paradigm with the runner on base. Not gonna be
if
stealing.
Yeah, for sure.
A chance to walk a guy. Unless you want to try to hit and run.
Be an odd time for it.
It would be a very odd time. Strike one.
Good pitch to hit and a good swing.
Yeah, just under it a little bit.
I like the aggression there. Despite the two balls, it was in his zone.
Yep.
Put a good swing on it, just fouled it straight back.
Strike two.
Tavares back even.
2-2's the count, first and third. Now you might consider stealing.
Yep. Methuen actually provoked a throw right in that situation, but they were up 2 runs, not down 2.
Breaking ball.
Misses.
Good in frame. That was high. It was a frame.
All right.
Full count, so the runner will be going. Which now means if you can get a ball into the gap.
Get a chance, right?
Yeah.
High drama here at Beverly High School.
2 outs, first and third. Fake to third, look over at first. Runner's not going yet.
He's doing his job, making sure that the pitcher is delivering before he goes.
Yep. Full count.
He has no lead at all, essentially.
Yeah.
And now he goes.
There he goes.
Base hit up the middle.
Base hit up the middle. That's going to score 1. McMahon is going to go to third. Now you got the tying run on third base, and there's a throw.
It's a bad throw, too, and he's going to allow him to take second. Can he make it? He does.
That's there.
So now we got the winning run on second base. Big AB by Colby McLean.
Big play right there. Base hit.
And the Panthers are not done yet.
You got Jonathan Reyes coming up. McLean taking second's a really big play on that throw coming in where they missed the cutoff. So now you got to be paying attention also for a pass ball. Okay, so you get Jonathan Reyes up. Reyes is
going to have a pinch runner.
Okay.
Number 7, is that right?
Wrong roster.
Wrong roster, okay. We'll get that to you, folks. Johnny Reyes comes in, has that opportunity now to knot things up for the Panthers and perhaps more.
Strike.
Takes a strike down.
That's Maverick Gymnast who's on.
Okay.
Going from the windup. So McLean can get himself a little further off. Strike 2. The ball gets away. Tying run comes in. Tie game.
And the ball gets away again. Pitcher was taken out by the slide. Slide is safe. Oh, my goodness, folks.
Wow, what a way to win a game. Well, you talk about manufacturing runs, Al. I don't think there's any other way you can manufacture that's going to be a little stranger than that one.
Folks, we have no way of knowing of what camera angle you had on that. But what happened, John Reyes swung at a pitch that was down and away, got by the catcher, allowing the tying run to come in the way of Micah McManus. And in the effort to get Micah, when he slid in, he took the feet out from the pitcher, which made the ball go awry and on the ground. And John Cahill just sends Maverick Genest into courtesy run. Right. And, folks, out of nowhere, the Panthers have a walk-off win. So talk about pulling it out of the fire. No hits. No.
That all happened with 2 outs.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that's a fun game to watch. We saw a pitcher's duel that ended in a crazy
bunch of commotion. We talked about that after 5, a 1-1 game, and how many times do you see the wheels come off the bus late? That was just a bizarre ending. But hey, we'll take it.
Take it any way you can, right?
It goes in the left-hand column. Beverly goes to 11th win of the season against 7 losses, 18 games in the books, and 2 left to go.
Yeah, so Charlie Salerno, he got that double. He scored. McManus got on base.
Took the extra base on the throw.
Took the extra base. McLean with a big hit to move to score the run, to knock in the run.
Knock in Salerno.
He got the RBI. And then no real RBIs.
No, not with a wild pitch and an error.
But I'll tell you what, Brendan Haley pitched a heck of a game. Only gave up 1 run. Jonathan Reyes came in, pitched really well. And Teddy Fisher actually ends up getting the win.
And Teddy actually didn't give up any earned runs either.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So the 2 runs were unearned that Methuen got in the 9th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
what a game.
So, folks, if you're watching this, I would say go back and watch the replay of that last half an inning, because that was crazy, wild.
Great win.
All right, so Dom left, so we'll be signing off here. So from Brother Roberts Field, Beverly Panthers 3, Methuen Rangers 2. I'm Rich Francis. We'll see you later.
Good night.
With Al Visnick.
Actually, 4-3, folks.
4-3, sorry. Okay, yeah. We'll try that again.
Good night.